championship partner of Baylor Athletics. Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance online to find a local agent today. Baylor Scott and White Health, the official hospital and healthcare system of Baylor Athletics. Your healthcare, your way. Libman, America's trusted brand name in cleaning.
Playing some Lizzie McGuire music.
Your bank for life. The official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Premier ER and Urgent Care. Feel better now. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Tip-off is just moments away. Now, back to the voice of Baylor women's basketball, Derek Smith.
From Foster Pavilion on the Baylor-Waco Brazos Riverfront, it's Game 3 of a 5-game homestand for the 14th-ranked Baylor Bears at 7-1. Coming into tonight's game, Baylor welcomes in the Lions of Southeast Louisiana. They are 2-3 on the season. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network. Alongside Lori Fogelman, I'm Derek Smith at Foster Pavilion. Cameron Savoy is our producer in Waco. And Lori, the Bears come into tonight's game having won 3 straight, coming off of a strong win over Grambling on Sunday. And Lori, when I think about the last few games and where Baylor's trying to build as you head into some big games ahead in Big 12 and against Texas a week and a half away, you want to put together that 40-minute game. I think that's the one thing that we haven't. That I think you could say Duke was a 40-minute game, but I would say Baylor, aside from that, really hasn't put together that 40-minute game where you feel like start to finish they're really executing at that level the coaching staff wants them to. That's a good goal as they head into tonight in these next 2 home games. Yeah,
we've seen some really strong starts from our starters who've been able to build good leads in the first quarter, but sometimes you see a bit of a drop-off, especially as Nikki Collin continues to work in her bench players, because it's incredibly important that they get those meaningful minutes, but it's also incumbent upon them to make meaning when they get out there as well, as this team continues in this homestand to be able to work on itself. And we'll see if being able to be home extended period of time, to be able to get some good practice when you're also sleeping in your own bed and you're not having to travel anywhere. We certainly hope we see them continue to take steps where the starters can get big leads, where where you can have the bench players come in, get some good minutes, and be able to at least extend the lead, hit the goals that they want to do first, second, third, and fourth quarters.
Yeah, and that's something that I think we've seen improvement from the bench, but that's the area that I think eventually this team's ceiling, aside from health, this team's ceiling will be determined by just how far along this bench can come. And I think you look at Yuting Dunn, it's hard not to be excited about what she can do. We've seen improved performances from Kaylin Elms, from Kyla Abraham, and the last couple of games as well. Markayla Johnson has looked a little less like a freshman. We've seen Kira Pemberton step up. That's really going to be important here as we get into them further into the month of December. How far along can they get by the time Big 12 play begins?
Yeah, and you take, for example, Markayla Johnson, who just stepped into a very valuable role here as a true freshman, where she could do anything she wanted to on the court when she got the ball in her hands at the high school level. But things are a lot different, and when teams are scouting you and they know, I won't let you take the 3 because you haven't hit one yet. And but she has this incredible game along the baseline and being able to create her own shots, kind of like a Bugs, with those great the leaping ability and the ability to knock down shots in and around the basket. And, you want to see Yuting Dunn just be more comfortable, and when she catches the ball, to shoot it, because she is a shooter. And, for Kyla Abraham to be able to get the ball confidently inside, to be able to snag that ball, make sure you hang on to it and make those strong moves, because we certainly know she can do so. But and even Kira Pemberton, who's getting used to not being one of those downhill players, but finding a different role for herself and getting more comfortable there as well.
Coach Nikki said in our post-game interview on Sunday, she said something that really I think every bench player wants to hear about Yuting. Shoot. She wants her to shoot. Be ready to shoot. You're a good shooter, and you look at her numbers, she's hitting 61% from the field, over 50% from beyond the arc. shoot the ball. Those numbers won't be quite as efficient at a higher volume, but you'll make that trade-off.
Yeah, and the she's got that length to where you give her a little bit of space, she is wide open. Plus, she can make just some incredible moves to be able to put the ball on the floor if she's got space and is able to get in there and score at the rim as well. But when Baylor touches the paint, when guards or others touch the paint, and they have the ability to shoot it out to the open player, and if it's you team done, take the shot.
Yep. This is the Conecuh Sausage Countdown to Tip-Off. Conecuh Sausage is made from the finest cuts of pork. Their patented blend of seasonings and smoked over a pure hickory fire for that true hickory smoked southern flavor. Conecuh Sausage is always great on the grill and perfect for tailgating. Pick up a pack and enjoy your family's favorite recipes at any meal of the day. Conecuh Sausage, a game day tradition and the official smoked sausage of the Baylor Bears. Well, we have a number of Baylor players high up the Big 12 or even national leaderboards in some key categories. We're going to run down what some of those are through 8 games when we return as we get you ready for Baylor and Southeastern Louisiana coming up at just about 25 minutes from now here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
When you strive for greatness, you have a target on your back. And when it comes to finance,
yes, sir,
we're all targets for scammers. With the right game plan, you can protect yourself. Don't get faked by fraud.
Here's a tip. No reputable company or government agency will ever ask you to pay them with gift cards, Bitcoin, or a person-to-person payment app. Scammers use these options because the money can't be traced. Just don't do it.
This message is brought to you by Central National Bank.
Come see why Green Eye Associates is voted best in Waco year after year. Enjoy exceptional service and care from Dr. Leanne Green alongside her dedicated optometrist and staff. Receive trustworthy insights on your eye health. Enjoy the impressive variety of contacts and eyewear and work with the most experienced optical team in Waco. Don't miss the new state-of-the-art dry eye therapies that rejuvenate the eyes and face with safe, non-invasive treatments to restore comfort and quality of life. Green Eye Associates, official optometrist of Baylor Athletics.
Premier ER and Urgent Care has all the convenience of urgent care with all the expertise of an ER, all under one roof. At every visit, be seen by ER-trained staff with on-site lab and CT, X-ray, ultrasound, and EKG. Here, you pay for the appropriate level of care that you receive, and we are in-network with most major insurance providers. Premier ER and Urgent Care has 4 convenient locations serving Texas, San Marcos, Temple, Waco, and Woodway. To learn more, visit www.premier.care.
Do you want to earn points while cheering on your favorite Baylor teams? Join Baylor Bold Rewards. Track your attendance on the Baylor Sports app across athletic events and earn points towards prizes and experiences. Download the Baylor Sports app or register online today at BaylorBoldRewards.com and start earning your points today.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Baylor and Southeastern Louisiana from the Southland Conference. They were the Southland regular season champions last year, but their roster looks very different under the leadership of their first-year head coach, Jeff Dow, who spent the last few seasons at Incarnate Word. So actually some familiarity with Baylor as the Bears have played him over the years in Incarnate Word and now making the move to Hammond, Louisiana to lead Southeastern Louisiana. And Lord, there's some good basketball taking place there. I mean, last year they were the best team in the regular season in the Southland. Again, very different, but they got some good pieces this season.
Yeah, they really do. Southeastern, I watched them last year because they're in the same conference, the Southland, with Stephen F. Austin, which is my alma mater, and so I always keep up with women's basketball there. But Southeastern they were just brutes in that conference. Unfortunately, they ended up losing to SFA in the conference tournament, so SFA ended up with the automatic bid. But Southeastern has a long tradition of women's basketball going way back to the AIAW days. And now that they've got Jeff Dow in from Incarnate Word, we know that we're going to get a really solid team today that runs a lot of Princeton action and things like that we saw from Incarnate Word last year. So hopefully this can be a really good team to help Baylor continue to build and to be able to work against within the flow of their offensive and defensive schemes.
Let's take a look at a few numbers here, Lori, for this Baylor team. Obviously the big number, the one that matters most, Baylor is 7-1. And, now you can get arbitrary with this in a lot of ways, but Baylor's probably a couple of buckets away from being undefeated and ranked in the top 10 if they'd hit a bucket or two extra against Iowa. But maybe they're better off in the long run for that loss. That's always the hope you can grow from it. In the meantime, the numbers for this team, they're putting together some impressive numbers. It starts with Talia Scott. Her 23.8 points per game are second in the Big 12, top 10 nationally, number 7, and she leads the nation in free throws in free throws made. A very impressive start to the year for Talia Scott. And how about Kirsten Johnson? Already, she has more blocks in 8 games with the Bears than she had in 30 last year. She leads the Big 12 with 2.8 blocks per game. And she's top 10 in the nation in that category.
Well, that is impressive because we have also seen some of the most incredible blockers of shots the women's college game has ever seen, starting with Sophia Young and, of course, Brittany Griner. So to see Kirsten Johnson just swat shots away and to do it with such a volume has really been fun to see. She times her blocks really well when offensive players think they're getting past her. She's just got them right where she wants them.
Yeah, and she's not a one-trick pony in that regard, right? Sometimes a player will get by her, she'll block it from behind.
Yeah, she times it well.
Side. She really does, yeah, and that's fun to see. Also want to mention that Dariana Littlepage-Buggs leads the Big 12 in rebounding with 10.5 per game, and she's in the top 20 nationally in that category as well. I'll admit, Lou, I can be guilty. Sometimes when the point totals are down, you're like, oh, I hope she's doing all. Well, she's fine. She's averaging almost 11 rebounds per game, leads the Big 12 in that category.
Yeah, she has a nose for the basketball, and great rebounders do. They just instinctively go for it, and Buggs her motor is never off, even if the shots aren't falling. She's going to make a difference on both ends of the floor, and a lot of times it's pulling down defensive and offensive rebounds.
As a team, by the way, Baylor leads the Big 12 in blocks per game and is third in the nation with 7.9 per contest. And, Laura, I think this is one that flies under the radar a little bit. You've got a Baylor team that has played Duke, that's played Iowa, two at the time top 10, two top 20 teams. You've also played some pretty good teams, high offense teams in Louisiana Tech, Lindenwood, and others at UNLV. And Baylor has the nation's 4th best field goal percentage defense, holding teams to 30.5%. If you have an off night offensively, if you're holding teams to 30-some% shooting, you're going to have a chance to win even on offensive nights.
Absolutely, and sometimes we lose sight of that because we see some pretty gaudy numbers all the way across women's college basketball right now here in the preseason or pre-conference part of your schedule. And but for Baylor, I think it is smart to be able to look and go, you know what, defense is what wins championships and can be a difference maker in a game when the shots sometimes aren't falling. But, for Baylor, that truly is key, and it's something that we should never lose sight of a great defense.
It is Baylor and Southeastern Louisiana coming up tonight from Foster Pavilion. This is Conecuh Sausage Countdown to Tip-Off. Conecuh sausage is made from the finest cuts of pork. Their patented blend of seasonings and smoked over a pure hickory fire for that true hickory smoked southern flavor. Conecuh sausage is always great on the grill and perfect for tailgating. Pick up a pack and enjoy your family's favorite recipes at any meal of the day. Conecuh Sausage, a game day tradition and the official smoked sausage of Baylor Athletics. A little bit later on, we'll hear from Bears head coach Nikki Collin, but when we return, we'll take a look at starting lineups and get you ready for the game. From Foster, again, it's the Bears and the Lions. Baylor and Southeastern Louisiana from the Southland Conference here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Bluebonnet Health Services has been caring for Central Texans since 2004. Bluebonnet is locally owned and operated, which allows them the most interaction with patients each and every day, promoting compassionate care and integrity. They provide hands-on attention to their patients through a staff with years of experience. Bluebonnet Health Services provides home health care, supportive care, and hospice. Remember, it's your health, your choice. Ask your doctor for Bluebonnet Health Services.
planning a new or used vehicle purchase? Drive the lane with First Central Credit Union's easy online application. It's a winning season with First Central's full court press of quick local loan processing, your best rate, and flexible terms. Apply online. You'll score at www.firstcentralcu.com. We're your team.
Membership and loan policy requirements apply. Member NCUA.
Hi, Jan from Toyota here to let you know that Toyotathon is on. And what better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota, like RAV4, Grand Highlander, and Corolla Cross. But to really get in the spirit, let's sing about it. So without further ado, driving through the snow in a new RAV4, hooray! To the slopes we go in a Highlander for a ski day. A Camry to get hot cocoa, tubing with a Tundra makes the kids go loco. Oh, what fun it is to make holiday wishes come true. Toyotathon, Toyotathon, Toyotathon is on. Oh, what fun it is to drive a new Toyota today. Hey!
Dealer inventory may vary. Current offers on these vehicles and
That was good,
offers are subject to change throughout Toyotathon, which ends on January 5th. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota.
Yeah, what would you call
places.
that? It's like
During
a
Toyotathon, qualified buyers can get 2.99% APR financing for
When you
76
have-
months on a
co-ed
rugged new
spirit,
2026
the co-ed
Tundra. Offer
Yeah, so
available
what
in
would you
select
say?
states
It's like
only.
It's like a
You're
fake,
listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Dual threat.
Back here at Foster Pavilion, getting you ready for the Bears and the Lions of Southeastern Louisiana. Just had a great national anthem by Austin Emmett of Baylor's co-ed cheer team. Dual threat, as you just
Dual
said, Laura.
threat. I could not think of the dual
Multi-talented.
threat, but that's it.
Yeah, multi-talented kid. Great job singing the anthem today. Well, the starting lineups are in. Time to give them to you now when it comes to sports medicine and orthopedics. Baylor, Scott and White, Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics brings the home team advantage to Central Texans. First for Baylor's opponent, the Lions of Southeastern Louisiana. A four-guard lineup. The forward is Bethany Graves, 5 points, 4.5 rebounds per game. And then the guards are point guard Natalie Huff, a Texas A&M Corpus Christi transfer. Aaron McKenzie averaging 9 points, 4 boards per game. Aaliyah Collins, and then their leading scorer, a freshman, Lihi Azuri, 15 points, 4 rebounds, and an assist per game. For the Bears, the same starting lineup we have been seeing. Kirsten Johnson at the post spot. Again, she leads the Big 12 with nearly 3 blocks per game. She's joined by Dariana Littlepage-Buggs, the Big 12's leading rebounder, and Della Fauntleroy, a career-high 10.5 points per game. The guards, Jana Van Geitenbeek running point, coming off a really nice game. Jana against Grambling State. Jana with 6 points and 7 assists with just 1 turnover. And then the Big 12's leading scorer, Big 12's second leading scorer, Talia Scott, 24 points per game. So for Southeastern Louisiana, it is Graves, Azuri, Huff, Collins, and McKenzie. For the Bears, Van Geitenbeek, Scott, Johnson, Buggs, and Fauntleroy. Starting lineups are brought to you by Baylor, Scott and White, Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. From injury prevention to enhanced recovery, team up with us to get back in the game. Bears head coach Nikki Collin will share her thoughts when we return right after this. Baylor and Southeastern Louisiana at Foster Pavilion on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
See for yourself why Green Eye Associates is voted best in Waco year after year. Enjoy exceptional service and care from Dr. Leanne Green, along with her dedicated optometrists and staff. Receive trustworthy insights about your eye health, enjoy the impressive variety of contacts and eyewear, and work with the most experienced optical team in Waco. Don't miss the new state-of-the-art dry eye therapies that rejuvenate the eyes, face, and neck areas with safe, non-invasive treatments to restore comfort and quality of life. Visit greeneyeassociates.com. Green Eye Associates, official optometrist of Baylor Athletics.
When you strive for greatness, you have a target on your back. When it comes to finances, we're all targets for scammers. But with the right game plan, you can protect yourself. Don't get faked by fraud. Here's a tip. If you receive a call from someone claiming to be from a company, don't give them your personal information, ever. Unless you know them personally, hang up and call the company back on a verified number.
This message is brought to you by Central National Bank.
Today we have two very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So we could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Premier ER and Urgent Care has all the convenience of urgent care with all the expertise of an ER, all under one roof. At every visit, be seen by ER-trained staff with on-site lab and CT, X-ray, ultrasound, and EKG. Here, you pay for the appropriate level of care that you receive, and we are in-network with most major insurance providers. Premier ER and Urgent Care has 4 convenient locations serving Texas: San Marcos, Temple, Waco, and Woodway. To learn more, visit www.premier.care.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Welcome back, everyone, to our pregame show. We're here with Coach Nikki Collin for our pregame visit. And, Coach, you get me today instead of Derek. And let me explain a little bit about that. Derek's wife, Veronica, had a bit of a medical issue today. And so Derek is right where he needs to be in taking care of her. We understand that Veronica's doing well and should be home probably about now. But we send our very best wishes and our prayers are with Veronica right now. But I know you know both the Smiths very well, Derek and Veronica, and I know you join me in sending your best wishes as well.
Yeah, absolutely. When we were out of town last week, Veronica took charge of little Sailor, my cat. They've got 3 cats, and so what's one more kitten in the mix? But awesome people. Have worked with CMB and as well with Veronica. So definitely sending our thoughts and prayers and well wishes as everyone's been kind of going through this gunk this time of year.
Well, we know there's a game tonight, and sometimes that pales in comparison, of course, to when you're dealing with your family. But let's talk about tonight's game. Last Sunday, your starters extended a bit of a streak, a couple of games in a row that they've gotten off to a really fast start. But what would you like to see from your bench players when they get in the game and have an opportunity to extend the lead?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is that mentality that you're not complacent. You know, obviously we were up 24-2, didn't really sub until the end of the first quarter. But I think it's the defensive intensity. It's setting the tone with that. You play good defense, you rebound, you can run. We're at our best in transition when we have pace and space. And so, I think a lot of it with that group is being dialed into game plans. And really it's the defensive intensity that we start our best defensive lineup. And we sometimes lose a little. We've got to understand that who are our scorers in that group, and at times, like, maybe it'll look a little different, but it doesn't mean we can't extend the lead. Like, maybe we're not quite as good defensively, but we have opportunity to be even better offensively. And so really owning each group when they're in there. What are our strengths? What are our weaknesses? But really having that mindset, when you get up 20, your goal is to get up 30. When you get up 30, your goal is to get up 40. And really not, kind of lose the intensity based on a score.
We saw both Bugs and Jana hit a couple of shots early. What does that do for them and the kind of impact it has when they see the ball go through the hoop early in the game?
Yeah, I think Bugs, when you look at her numbers, really from her career, she's not ever shot under 50%. So I think, her having the ball go through the basket, you're always going to get defense, we're always going to get rebounding. And you're going to get pace and energy. But I think for her mentality, like seeing the ball go through the basket is a good thing. And it really comes down to, for her, it's what shots is she getting? Is she taking good shots for her? Is she pressing? And when Bugs plays her game, she's going to get to good shots. She's going to get to high percentage shots. So it's her being patient enough to not press and force shots that maybe aren't, as much in her wheelhouse.
Assists were high, kind of like what we've seen in some past games and your teams. What aspect of that would you like to see this team build on?
Yeah, I mean, I think every team is different, and I've had to adjust to the fact that we have some downhill players that can get to the free throw line and score a different way. And I think it's some of that is I have to understand, that it might not look the same as it has in the past because, maybe we've had players that really needed to be recipient scorers, needed to be players that scored off of kickouts, drop passes, and we have maybe a better balance of kids that can get downhill and get to the free throw line, and a Markayla and a Talia, and so I think it's finding that balance of, I like to say, is that a wall in front of you, or is there a crack, and when there's a wall, that means we've got to kick it, get off the ball, and get ball movement and player movement. When there's room to get through there, both those kids are pretty good at getting the ball up on the rim and drawing fouls or finishing. And so, I think it's trusting the pass. I think this group has to trust the pass. I think we also have to shoot the ball better, and assists come on made baskets. Right. And so the reality is if we're missing layups on rolls, if we're missing layups in transition, if we're kicking it out and we're missing wide open threes, then you're not going to have as many assists. And so, it's kind of what is the shot quality we're getting? And then, understanding that if we're getting good shots for us, we're going to live and die with those, but it's about taking good shots for us and our team understanding what good shots are for our team and for them individually.
Well, tonight's opponent is Southeastern Louisiana out of the Southland Conference, a good conference. What do the Lions do well?
Yeah, I mean, we've played Jeff Dow. I've known him a lot of years. He was, we played Incarnate Word to open our season a year ago. Going to see a lot of Princeton, a lot of elbow stuff. Going to see a little dribble drive. I think they're super disciplined. I think if you watch, Southeast Louisiana had a great year a year ago. Their coach moved on, but I think they looked very different. They were this team is much more in, the mold of what he did in Incarnate Word, where he gets them to play in system. They've certainly have kids that can shoot the basketball and drive it, but I think it comes down to our ability to play with our size and athleticism, dominate in those areas, dominate the pace of the game, and hold them to one shot. I think we've got a lot of room to grow in terms of statistically we rebound the ball well. I just think that we give up way too many offensive rebounds. If we're keeping teams at a low percentage shooting, that's a good thing, but not giving up second chance opportunities, because even if these teams aren't taking advantage of them, eventually that's going to hurt us if we're giving up second chance opportunities to teams in the Big 12. And so, I think it's important that we shore up those things in these type of games.
All right. Thank you very much, Coach Nikki. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
We'll be back in just a moment with the starting lineups and the beginning of tonight's
started
game.
Here in Waco, Texas, and proud to serve the local area. They love to cater all kinds of events, big and small. Serving Baylor and its families is one of their favorite things, and they even ship barbecue nationwide. Check them out while here in Waco or online and support one of Waco's local barbecue restaurants, Hellberg Barbecue. Salt, pepper, and a whole lot of prayer.
Hi, I'm Jim Turner at Jim Turner Chevrolet in McGregor. As we celebrate our 10th year anniversary, I want to say thank you to all of our customers. Our dealership is more than a business to me. That's why when you come see us for a reliable new Chevy or award-winning service, we treat you like family. Come see our new collision center, now open to serve you even better for many years to come. Enjoy the game, then come see us at Jim Turner Chevrolet in McGregor. Together, let's drive.
Kids can now join the Baylor Cub Club, the official kids club of Baylor Athletics, presented by Green Eye Associates. Fans 12 and under can register for the low cost of $25 and gain exclusive benefits and access to Baylor Athletics events. Members receive free admission to select events, exclusive giveaway access, and their own membership package. To register your Cub, please visit BaylorBears.com/Cub Club. Sign your Cub up today.
Are you tired of slow internet? Are data caps and throttling making it impossible to stream your favorite shows and movies? If so, it sounds like it's time to switch to Nextlink Internet. With Nextlink, there are no data caps and no throttling, just super fast internet speeds, up to 1 gig over wireless in some areas. Plus, Nextlink is an official partner of Baylor Athletics. So don't wait another minute. Give Nextlink a call or go online to nextlinkinternet.com to see what special offers are available to you. Blazing fast internet is just a click or phone call away. Sick 'em, Bears.
Fox Sports Radio, 93.9 K230 CK and KRMX HD3 Waco.
This is Baylor women's basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Brooks wants to drive in on Abraham, who blocked her shot.
Way to go, Abraham. She held her ground.
Top of the key and traffic out to Fauntleroy. Here's a three from the left side, and it's good.
Today's game is brought to you by Central National Bank, proud season sponsor of Baylor women's basketball. Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, championship partner of Baylor Athletics. Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance online to find a local agent today. Baylor Scott and White Health, the official hospital and healthcare system of Baylor Athletics. Your healthcare, your way. Libman, America's trusted brand name in cleaning. TFNB, your bank for life. The official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Premier ER and Urgent Care. Feel better now. Get ready. Tip-off is just moments away. Now, back to the voice of Baylor women's basketball, Derek Smith.
Well, the lights just came back on inside Foster Pavilion after being turned down for the starting lineups. A spirited crowd here on hand this evening, making noise for the team in its first home night game this year. They've all been in the daytime up to this point, but this game now for the Bears, a night game on this Wednesday evening, the third of 5 consecutive at home, and for the Bears looking to make it their 4th straight win. Pleased to have you with us on this Wednesday evening alongside Lori Fogelman. I'm Derek Smith. Cameron Savoy is our producer at our studios in Waco. The Bears preparing to take the floor right now along with the Lady Lions of Southeastern Louisiana. Baylor at 7-1 on the year, number 14 national ranking. Looking to continue to build, Lori. It's all about building good habits, good productivity, and momentum as you head further into December and eventually Big 12 play.
Yeah, the word is stacking. As you want to stack good practices and you want to stack good games and good appearances when you get in the basketball game. So that's certainly what we hope we see from Coach Nikki Collins' Baylor Bears tonight.
Tip is in the air. Kirsten Johnson, KJ, sends it back to Jana Van Guytenbeek. The Bears will begin on offense, and this game is underway. Game number 9 on the year. Buggs has it for the Bears. High on the left side of the arc. Finds KJ, center of the floor. Hands it off to Talia Scott, looking to get downhill at the free throw line. Back out to Buggs. Drives inside. Knifes to the basket and glasses it in.
Oh, nice way to knife through 2 defenders. And that was a tough angle for her. And she popped that ball off the glass to give Baylor the 2-0 lead.
Now Southeastern Louisiana. We're going to call them SLU for short here. That's what they have on their jersey now. The Lady Lions with Azuli with the basketball over on the far side of the floor. Azuri, I beg your pardon, gives it off to Collins. Sees the lane, drives downhill, puts up a shot over KJ. That won't often work, but it did here as she splashes in a rainbow jumper from just inside the free throw line to tie the game at 2. Well, more often than not, I think you're going to see a blocked shot there, but she had just enough room to lean back just a bit and float it in. Score tied at 2 a minute into the ball game. Buggs, who scored a moment ago, gives it up top to KJ, outside to Van Guytenbeek. Jana with the left-hand dribble, crosses over, high on the right wing, being harassed by point guard Natalie Huff, and there's a tip ball and a turnover. Collins comes out of there with the steal for Southeastern Louisiana for SLU. 2 teams that wear green and gold. SLU more prominent with the gold than the green. It is on the right side of the floor. Ross driving in, putting up a tough contested shot over Buggs, missing, but the rebound is knocked out of bounds, and it will stay with SLU. Score tied at 2, minute and a half into the ball game. Huff will play it in beneath the basket. Finds McKenzie, one dribble on the floor. Turnaround partially deflected by Bugs. KJ picks it up, and here come the Bears. Off and running in transition. There's a feed ahead to Talia Scott. Spins all the way from the arc to the basket. Count it, and put her on the line.
That's what she's so good at. She is fearless in making sure that there may be a couple of players inside the paint with her, but she's able to get through and score through contact and do what she does best, and that is she does a lot of things really well, but getting to the free throw line, number 1 in the nation, and knocking down her free throws, number 1 as well.
And that is good. That completes the three-point play, and it's 5-2 Bears. Talia Scott off and running. She averages 24 points per game. She has 3 on the board so far tonight, 1 minute and 40 seconds in to the contest. Here is Graves, a forward high on the right side of the floor, tries to bounce it into the post. It's stolen by Van Geitenbeek, running into the front court, switches direction, finds Fauntleroy, catch, shoot, and hit a 3. 8-2 Bears. That was nothing too fancy there once the Bears ran into the front court there. Just a little flip from Van Geitenbeek to Fauntleroy.
Yeah, sometimes we're going to see that kind of shot from Bella that's going to be kind of flat, but boy, she was just dead on with that.
There's a runner by Huff, off balance, misses wildly. Fauntleroy with the rebound, off and running. Little dish off to Van Geitenbeek, finds the rim, running KJ for the layup.
Oh, Jana just took a moment and just said, you know what? I see KJ coming right down the middle. Not a soul was there. That was an easy finish. And Baylor just spreading the scoring around.
Baylor with 4 buckets thus far. 2 of them have been assisted. It's a 10-2 lead. Collins, perimeter right, guarded by Scott, finds Azuri up top. Azuri is their leading scorer. A freshman from Israel making her way to Hammond, Louisiana. She drives inside, has her shot blocked by KJ, who leads the Big 12 in block shot. She's got another one. Scott into the front court for the Bears, drives inside, knives beneath the basket, angles to the right side, spins it out to Fauntleroy. Now Bugs at the left elbow, kick out to Van Geitenbeek. Catch and release 3 is too strong, and the rebound is picked up off the floor by McKenzie. Baylor 10, SLU 2. That's the score. 3 minutes and 15 seconds into the ball game. Huff turns it over. There's a steal by Bella Fauntleroy. Drives inside on Azuri. Glasses it in almost too hard, but it hung on the rim and fell through. It prompted a Southeastern Louisiana timeout.
I was watching Bella because, boy, she hit the ground hard, and she also ran into the back, almost like turned around and hit the ground and hit the back of the post or whatever it is that holds up the backboard. But she, just took a moment and got up. But again, Baylor just they're getting out in transition and able to score. And love seeing the way that Baylor is just. This is just like last year where everybody eats, and right now everyone's eating so far.
Baylor has scored 10 straight points and has a 10-2 lead. The 2025-26 women's basketball season is presented by Central National Bank. Proudly serving Central Texans in Waco, Temple, and Austin. Bank different. Bank Central. Central National Bank. 6:40 to play, first quarter. Good start for the Bears, up 12-2 here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Serving Texas since 2007, Magnolia Realty is a full-service brokerage led by expert industry knowledge and a commitment to community. With kindness and integrity at the forefront, every agent is equipped to help you navigate the market and make the real estate journey your own. Whether buying or selling, feel supported with an award-winning agent at your side from first offer to contract and close. Magnolia Realty serves cities including Waco, Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, Temple. Learn more at magnoliarealty.com.
When you strive for greatness, you have a target on your back. When it comes to finances, we're all targets for scammers. But with the right game plan, you can protect yourself. Don't get faked by fraud.
Here's a tip. If you get a call saying they're going to lock you in jail for missing jury duty unless you pay a fine, that's fake. Scammers use scare tactics to force you to act without thinking. Just hang up the phone.
This message is brought to you by Central National Bank.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Run opens up a 12-2 lead with 6 minutes and 40 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Strong starts have been the norm here in this Baylor homestand, and the Bears will look to keep this going here. Laura, you got to love the fact that everyone has either scored or assisted a bucket so far. 5 points for Bella, 3 for Talia Scott, 2 apiece for KJ and Bugs. And then Jana's not scored, but she's only taken 1 shot. She's assisted 2 of Baylor's 5 buckets.
You know, she's being valuable out there and being good with the basketball. She just had 1 turnover so far. And I think she would just love to have that one back. But for Bella Fauntleroy, she scored in transition on a Jana assist and hit that 3-pointer. And then she, before we were at the break, Bella scored in a fast break situation after she got a steal. So creating for herself through her defense. And that's unsurprising for Bella Fauntleroy, who is a defender extraordinaire for Baylor.
Well, so far, Baylor has held Southeastern Louisiana just 1 of 5 from the floor and forced 2 turnovers. You always like it when you have more turnovers forced than made shots by your opponent. 12-2 Bears. SLU has the ball out of the timeout. Original starters remain out there for the Bears as well. And actually, one change for the Lady Lions. Mia Ramos is in for the first time, a guard. She picks up her dribble and needs a teammate to come get her. It's Collins with the shot clock at 7. Collins wants to drive inside on the taller Bugs. Last-minute kickoff. Ramos unloads a 3, but we've got a whistle, and this is going to go back the other way. That's a turnover on Southeastern Louisiana.
Somebody stepped on the line?
They've had a foot on the sideline there.
Well,
Here
Coach
come the Bears
Nikki
the other way.
is really good at blocking us.
It happens on occasion,
I didn't see what happened.
Yeah. Here's a jumper by Scott that's good, quickly from the top of the key.
Yeah, Baylor continues its run, 12-0 run over the last 2 minutes and 17 seconds.
14-2 Bears. That's the score just about halfway through the first quarter. Now another steal by the Bears. KJ gets this one, feeds it ahead to Talia. Scott drives right inside past the defender for the layup.
Well, you know, it was Talia Scott scoring off of a KJ assist last time down, and KJ returns Talia returns the favor.
Azuri wants to drive. She's cut off, bounces outside to McKenzie. McKenzie tries to knife inside on Bugs, puts up an awkward shot that's altered there at the rim by Bugs. She misses. Bugs clears the rebound, kicks it out to Jana Van Geitenbeek, steps into a 3 and knocks it down. All 5 Baylor starters have scored here, and it is all Bears in this one. 19-2, not even halfway through quarter number 1. Here is Collins, slowing it down for the Lions. Angling in the center jump circle. Now she wants to drive and attack. Gets inside, and she's bumped by Scott. You can see that. She was bumped from behind by Talia Scott, and that's the first foul on the Bears. Not a shooting foul, as the Lions will bring in 2 players off the bench. 6'1" junior Taylor Ross checks in, along with a 5'8" senior guard, Aaron Williams. Ross averages 5 rebounds per game to lead the team. Collins will play it in. Spins it into Ramos. Quickly out there to guard her is Talia Scott, so they're going to feed it around the perimeter. It is Ross with the basketball, finding Ramos again. We're down to single digits on the shot clock. Collins has it, retreats near the center jump circle with 5, with 4. She's going to have to put it up, steps into a long 3 and bricks it off the back rim. High point rebound in a crowd by Dariana Littlepage Bugs.
Bugs was out there defending that shot and still found her way back in.
And then in transition, they find Bella Fauntleroy for another 3. 8 points for Bella. She's hit all 3 of her field goal attempts, and the Bears lead by 20 here in the first quarter.
And another
22-2.
Another assist from Jana Van Geitenbeek.
Nearly a steal as McKenzie is barely able to hold on to the basketball, puts up a one-footed shot and clanks it off the back window. Van Geitenbeek has the rebound, sends it ahead to Talia Scott, drives inside, count the runner, and put her on the line. It's not as easy as the Bears are making it look in this one, but Lori, with a 24-2 lead here in the first quarter, the Bears are making it look easy.
You know what? They are locked in this game, and now there's almost a line change right here for Baylor. I don't know. I guess they're a timeout, under 5-minute timeout. So I think.
Oh, they called another timeout. Southeastern called their second timeout. Yeah,
okay.
They called their second timeout. So that's 2 in the first quarter, and maybe that's what happens when the Bears score 22 consecutive points, which is where we are right now. Yeah, 22 consecutive points here, as this is already their second timeout of the first quarter. Yeah.
Well, I can understand why you want to try to stem the tide a little bit, especially with Baylor getting out in the open floor. And when you have Talia Scott with the basketball, and what a pass from Jana Van Geitenbeek that got her perfectly in stride. And Talia, again, scoring through contact and her second opportunity at the line to cap off a three-point play.
Well, it'll be Scott going to the line after the Ramos foul. That is the first on Ramos and the second on the Lady Lions. Talia Scott already 1 for 1 for the line. 9 points in the first quarter. Make it 10.
Yeah, so she matches Bella Fauntleroy with 2 3-pointers, but just not the she has the conventional three-pointer. Bella with the 2 for beyond the arc, and 2 3-point plays from Talia Scott.
Bears are on a 23-0 run, their longest of the year. They can extend it after a Talia Scott steal. Beautiful bounce pass through the lane to a cutting Buggs, who finishes with the left hand.
Oh, it's great to see Buggs just finish so confidently at the rim like that. Did not short the shot, just went after it.
Collins hangs and misses a runner. It's out of bounds to the Lions. They will keep it and have 20 seconds on the shot clock. 3:36 to play in the first quarter. Baylor at 27. Southeastern Louisiana 2. The Lions will play it in. It is Ross lobbing it in near the center jump circle to Collins. Markayla Johnson out there for the first time, along with Kyle Abraham for the Bears. Here is Ross with the basketball. Looking to feed it to a teammate. Finds Dangerfield in for the first time. Her 3 is an air ball. Buggs will let it bounce out of bounds, but they say the Bears touched it last, and it's going to stay with SLU. Buggs didn't think she touched it. She let it go out of bounds, but the official gave the tip sign, and now the officials are going to confer. If anyone touched it, it was Buggs, but I don't believe she did. We'll see if we get a look at the replay. Well, they're going to give it to SLU. So the Lions will keep possession here with 5 on the shot clock. Having some trouble getting it in. They bounce it in to Ross, and as she tries to feed it back to Collins, it's stolen by Scott. Talia Scott crosses over at the high left side of the arc. Now looks to attack downhill on a screen again. Flips it in the corner. Here's Markayla Johnson. Step back jumper. Perfect. Pretty shot by Markayla Johnson. A step back 2 from about 15 feet away. Her first bucket is good, and it's a 29-2 game.
You know, she is so good at creating her own shot, but inside the arc. And that one, again, another confident shot taken, and another assist from Talia Scott.
Here is McKenzie missing a tough runner turnaround from the left side of the lane. Another rebound by the Bears. It's a 29-2 Baylor lead. Talia Scott adds to it with a 3 in transition.
Goodness.
The Bears have hit 13 of their 14 shots and held Southeastern Louisiana just 1 for 11 from the floor and have scored 30 straight points. Here's Collins driving inside, can't get it to fall. Buggs with another rebound, and here she comes. Gives it to Scott into the front court. She is feeling it here in this first quarter. Slices through traffic to the basket and flips it in.
Boy, that hesitation dribble of hers just turned SLU just flat-footed and just nobody there.
And now a foul called on Markayla Johnson as she gets tangled up with Dangerfield going after a ball low on the floor. And we'll see couple substitutions for the Bears and mass substitutions for SLU. Yu-Ting Don checks in for the first time. Jana Van Geitenbeek returns. Talia Scott will get a well-deserved breather after scoring 15 first quarter points.
My goodness, so fast.
The Bears, by the way, have scored 32 consecutive points. We're going to have to see where this ranks all time. I know there's been some runs like this over the years, but you feel like this is certainly upper echelon. We're under 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. The Bears with a 34-2 lead. Here's a driving attempt by Huff. She's cut off by Abraham. Shot clock at 5. Flips it to Dangerfield. Gives it off in the corner to McKenzie. Now a 3 is missed, and then the rebound grabbed off the floor by Huff, who lays it in and snaps the Baylor run at 32 consecutive points. It's 34-4 in favor of the Bears with 90 seconds to play in the first quarter. Yu-Ting Dunn lobs it to Buggs. No one in front of her. She knifes right to the basket for the layup. The help side defense came in, but it was too late.
You know what, that assist from Dunn, that time she waited and was very patient, and all of a sudden she just saw Buggs just be able to roll to the basket. And again, no defender there, and Buggs finishes at the rim.
Dangerfield flips it over to Taylor Wilkins coming downhill. Now outside to Ross, back to Dangerfield. Under a minute to play. Ball knocked away by Markayla Johnson, but Azuri chases it down for the Lions. 3 seconds to shoot. She's going to have to put up a tough shot against Buggs, banks it in, and draws the foul. A chance at a three-point play. Little bit of desperation, but she made a move there to get Buggs just off her feet enough to draw the contact as she glassed it in. Graves returns for SLU. KJ for the Bears. As Azuri goes to the free throw line where she is converting at a 78% clip this year. Azuri, a freshman out of Israel. She played professionally there. You can do that now. She played professionally in Israel, now playing collegiate basketball. Bends the knees, and her free throw is good. 36-7, Baylor with the lead. 53 seconds to play here in the first quarter. 36 points, the most prolific scoring quarter for the Bears this season. We're down to 45 seconds to go as the Bears look for an opening. Van Geitenbeek tries to lob it down low to KJ, uses the long arms to save the possession. Kicks it out to Markayla Johnson. Now it's Van Geitenbeek. Pushes off a bit, but is able to maintain possession. KJ has it left side of the lane. Her turnaround jumper is too strong. That's just the second miss on the game by the Bears. And now SLU can play for the final shot of the first quarter.
Yeah, so defensive pressure was dialed up quite a bit. Baylor handled it pretty well.
We're down to 17 seconds to play. Azuri has it coming off a 29-point outing against East Texas A&M over the weekend. We're down to 10 seconds to go first quarter. Azuri retreats to the center jump circle. Now wants to drive on KJ with 5, with 4. Top of the arc, top of the key. Leans into a tough shot and can't quite get the bounce. It rolled over about 3/4 of the rim before falling off as the first quarter draws to a close. All Bears, their best offensive quarter of the season. 15 of 17 shots en route to a 29-point lead. Hey, Baylor fans, this basketball season, make Pepsi your go-to game day drink because it's the only drink for basketball watching. Pepsi, that's what I like. Proud partner of Baylor Athletics. Baylor 36, Southeastern Louisiana 7. That's our score here on the Baylor Sports Media Network as we head to the second quarter after this.
TFNB Your Bank for Life is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texas are making TFNB their bank for life. Sign up for our Edge checking and savings accounts to earn interest or cash back. With 5 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB Your Bank for Life. Member FDIC.
It's the wrap-up year sales event at Allen Samuels in Waco. Get the 2025 Ram 1500 Lone Star with 0% for 72 months or 3.9% for 72 months, plus 10% below MSRP and $2,000 in Black Friday select inventory cash. Check out the huge selection of 2026 Ram 2500s, now with $4,000 combined bonus cash allowance, backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Hurry, these year-end savings won't last long at Allen Samuels.
Come by, let's be friends.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Fantastic first quarter by the Bears. They lead SLU by a 36-7 score. As we head to the second quarter, the Bears scoring 32 consecutive points here. Their longest run of the season. In comparison, their highest run last year was 22 straight points.
Wow.
So I don't know that we have official stats on the longest runs of all time, but I got to think you're talking about one that would probably flirt with, if not top 10, top 15 type.
I would say so. Those are also some gaudy numbers for Baylor in the first quarter as well. When you look at efficient just does not that's not the greatest term to talk about, going 5 for 17 from the field. So they only missed 1 shot from the 2 and 1 shot from the 3-point line.
Sizzling, scorching on fire.
I think you can definitely say that, but my goodness, almost a perfect first half.
You know, you look here.
First quarter, excuse me.
Talia Scott scored 15 points. Bella Fauntleroy scored 8. Dariana Littlepage-Buggs scored 6. Van Geitenbeek 3, 2 apiece for KJ and Markayla Johnson. Very balanced. Lori, I want to mention a couple of things we're celebrating between the two of us. I got to wish belatedly a happy birthday to my mom. Her birthday was yesterday. Wish we could have been in Indiana or have her down here to celebrate, but we'll do with a phone call on this for now. And also, many Baylor fans remember your daughter Emily over the years. She grew up around the program. You and Richard, and next time you and I call a game together, she will be a married woman.
Yes, that is very true.
On Saturday, and obviously we all wish nothing but the best for her and her soon-to-be husband Hunter, and the mother of the bride as well.
Well, thank you. And you know what? Right now, she is just all about Baylor women's basketball, giving us her analysis, and I'm sure she loved that big old block from Ting.
You're done with the block. She's got a few of those this year. Now the Bears back on offense, and KJ is stripped on her way to the basket as they try to score off of that turnover. Here is Huff knifing her way to the basket, getting inside. A nice finish with the left hand. I tell you what, she saw a slight lane and just hit the accelerator to get there to make it 36-9. Here come the Bears on offense again with Abraham, KJ, Markayla, Dunn, and Van Geitenbeek. Dunn is open in the left corner but leaves the three short. Offensive rebound, weak side by by Abraham. She tries to underhand it to KJ, but can't quite have the angle on the pass, and KJ fumbles it out of bounds.
Well, you want to pull down a rebound but not put the ball on the floor like that, and I think that necessitated an extra pass you didn't need to make. Kyla could pull that one down and just go right back up with it.
36-9, Bears with the lead. SLU with the basketball, playing with Huff, Azuri, with Wilkins, Graves, and Dangerfield. Here's Azuri with possession, slinging it left side to Graves, who angles around a little set there, tries to feed it to Huff. The pass evades her, but they chase it back down. Here is a driving shot attempt by Wilkins, misses everything, going for the reverse. Bears with the rebound. Yuting Dunn loses the ball in a crowd as she tries to drive to the basket. SLU comes out of there with it. Here's Huff all the way to the basket, but contested, and she misses. Kyla Abraham forced that miss. Now the Bears off and running the other way. Outlet pass ahead to Markayla Johnson, who spins from the top of the arc to the bucket and hits the turnaround.
You know, Markayla did not get baited into crashing into the Lions player. She just decided to take that, take a step, use her good footwork to be able to get herself some open space to score.
Bella Fauntleroy will return on the next dead ball for the Bears. Here is Wilkins with it for SLU. They're down to 5 seconds to shoot. 2 minutes gone, second quarter. Wilkins gets to the right side of the floor, puts up a tough mid-range that's in and out. Offensive rebound, though, by Graves. Her putback misses, and Abraham clears. Van Geitenbeek weaves into the front court. Euro step kick out. Open three for Yuting. Dunn is good. Hey, that's what you want to see, a kick out into the corner after a paint touch, and Dunn knocks it down from the left pocket.
Especially when your point guard, Jana, gets so deep into the paint. And she did, everything she could to not travel, but the Euro step worked, and what a dime she just delivered to Dunn on the three.
Here is Huff with it out to Azuri between the circles. Markayla guarding her. Azuri wants to drive, but she's not going to be able to do so without a screen. 5 to shoot. Here's a switch off done on her defensively. Azuri shakes her, hits it, and misses a step back shot. Rebound pinballs around. Van Geitenbeek comes away with it. 3 minutes gone, second quarter. Janet to the top of the key, lobs it down low to a cutting Abraham, who finishes nicely with the left hand.
Boy, that is important for Kyla to finish. She's already gotten on the glass really well, but to be able to again, the confidence of being able to go in with her left hand, which is her best way to score. So Kyla gets on the board for the Bears.
Baylor's shooting a scorching 86%
from
the field, and holding SLU to an ice-cold 18%. They're down to 3 seconds to shoot in this possession. Azuri frantically trying to figure out where to go with the basketball, dribbles it off her foot out of bounds. That's another turnover, the 7th by SLU, and it's going to be Baylor basketball, as we'll see new players come out on the floor. Bella Fauntleroy returns, as does Talia Scott, who leads all scorers with 15. For SLU defensively, they've got Huff, Aaron Williams in for the first time, along with Ross. And we'll set the rest of the lineup here in just a moment as Jana Van Geitenbeek has it. Around the defender, kicks it outside to Scott. Extra pass, here's Ting for three, but she airballs it too strong from the left side. Maybe a little too, can you be too open? Maybe you can sometimes, I don't know. Here's a driving shot, good by McKenzie. That snaps a 7-0 Baylor run. 4 minutes gone, second quarter. It's 43-11 Bears. Jana has it, fires a fastball in the post, one dribble, turnaround, good by Bella Fauntleroy. A little turnaround hook from Bella just in front of the basket.
And a good left-hand move, because if you go up with your right hand, that ball's just going to be stuffed away.
Azuri misses a driving runner from the right side of the arc. Bella clears the rebound. Outlet ahead to Talia Scott. She retreats into the left corner. Now drives baseline, dumps it off to KJ, who can't finish in close, but she got her own rebound and finish.
Yeah, credit KJ for staying with that basket. I think she was just like, how did I miss that one? So went to the other side and cleaned up her own miss.
4 points, 2 rebounds for KJ. Baylor by 36 points as Kaylin Elms prepares to check in on the next dead ball. Here is McKenzie banging into Scott, losing the basketball. They get it back, kick it out to Ross, who has her shot blocked. And here comes Talia Scott. On the run, galloping into the front court, tries to turn the corner on Azuri. Now retreats along the baseline, fires it high to Dunn, sets her feet, unloads a three. That is good. Yu-Ting Dunn with another one. She's got 6 first-half points, and the Bears have hit the 50-point mark 15 minutes into the game.
Boy, the 4th assist, too, from Talia Scott, finding her former Auburn teammate. And that was a high pass, and Dunn did not even hesitate to pull the trigger.
15 of Baylor's 21 made field goals have been assisted. And now SLU draining the shot clock below 10 on almost every possession. It's at 6. Here's Huff frantically trying to bang her way inside and missing the turnaround jumper. The rebound knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Bears with 4:36 to play here in the opening half. The 2025-26 women's basketball season is presented by Central National Bank. Proudly serving Central Texans in Waco, Temple, and Austin. Bank different. Bank Central. Central National Bank. Well, do you want good offensive numbers or good defensive numbers? We'll give you both when we return after this. Baylor 50, Southeastern Louisiana 11. 4:36 to play second quarter here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Bluebonnet Health Services has been caring for Central Texans since 2004. Bluebonnet is locally owned and operated, which allows them the most interaction with patients each and every day, promoting compassionate care and integrity. They provide hands-on attention to their patients through a staff with years of experience. Bluebonnet Health Services provides home health care, supportive care, and hospice. Remember, it's your health, your choice. Ask your doctor for Bluebonnet Health Services.
Slam that cash with First Central Credit Union. Create a full court press with First Central's free checking that pays you cash back and refunds fees from other banks' ATMs. Enjoy free reward checking and be the MVP of a new cashback season. It's an easy bank shot. Apply online at firstcentralcu.com. We're your team.
Everything we do is true. We do for you.
Eligibility and qualifications apply. Member NCUA.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Back here at Foster Pavilion, where the Bears are putting together a ridiculous first half, and by ridiculous we mean fantastic. Baylor leads 50-11 with 4:36 to play here in the second quarter. Lori, I will give you one number and then turn it over to you because you've got a few. Talia Scott's plus minus in, let's see, how many minutes? In 10 minutes of basketball is plus 37. Baylor,
I don't think I've ever seen that.
I don't think I have either. Colin Pirtle, astute, letting us know about that, and that is quite a stat. And not to be shortchanged, KJ's at plus 31. Oh, Bella Fauntleroy's at 37 as well.
My goodness.
And Dariana Little-Page Buggs is at 30. So that's a stat I'll pass on to you, courtesy of Colin. What do you got for us?
Well, you know what? That doesn't surprise me when you look at Talia Scott's stat line. She's perfect everywhere. Has 4 assists, no turnovers. She's 6 for 6 from the field, has hit a three-pointer. She's perfect from the free throw line. Bella Fauntleroy, 4 for 4 from the field, 2 for 2 from the three-point line. She has 2 rebounds, no turnovers. And Little Paige Buggs also, I love to see the big fat 0 of turnovers for her. That means she is being cognizant with the basketball, and she herself has 6 points. She's perfect from the line. From the field. She has 3 rebounds and an assist.
Nelm's out there on the floor for the Bears out of the timeout on offense. It's Fauntleroy finding Van Geitenbeek center of the floor. Overhand pass to Bella in the corner. Another 3. That one in and out. Offensive rebound, Buggs. She smothered on her way up, though, to the putback, and Collins comes away with it. Collins retreats beyond the three-point arc. Rare miss for the Bears, who are hitting 75% of their shots thus far. Here is McKenzie with it, feeding it right side. That's Williams. Down low, McKenzie gets it back, dribbles into the paint, and buries a short jumper. 4 minutes to play first half. Here come the Bears quickly back the other way. Bella Fauntleroy thought about a three in transition. Instead sends it back outside to Jana. Kicks it out to Talia Scott. A rainbow three is good. She is 7 of 7. She has 17 first half points.
Boy, I
Make
love
that
how
18,
she
I beg your pardon.
catches the ball on the 7th assist from Jana Van Geitenbeek, but just sets her feet and lets it fly.
3.5 minutes to play in this opening half of basketball. Baylor is up by 40 points, 53-13. Here's Ramos with it for SLU. Sees an opening, tries to drive awkwardly, throws it off the side of the backboard. Bella Fauntleroy fumbles the rebound, and Ramos gets it back, puts up a mid-range jumper, and knocks it down with 3:18 to go. It's 53-15 Bears. Here's Talia Scott taking the feed. She angles to the left corner, throws it cross court to Bella, sets her feet. Her three is short. Rebound chased down in the corner by Nelm. She's double teamed but unloads to Jana. Finds Bella Fauntleroy, free throw line jumper, gets the roll. Bella Fauntleroy with 12 points, one of two Bears in double figures here in the first half. Under 3 minutes to play in the second quarter. Baylor is up by 40 once again.
And Jana, we're on the Jana watch on assists. She is at 8 assists.
In the first half.
In the first half.
Now a steal by Talia Scott. She wants to dribble inside, finds the knifing Bugs. Rim running, takes the feed for two.
And that's how Bugs finishes at the rim. And we haven't seen a lot of that, but boy, she is playing confidently now. And I love to see Talia also just give the ball to one of her teammates. She has 5 assists today herself.
There's a jumper off the back rim, no, by McKenzie. Baylor off and running, step into a three, and there's the first miss of the game for Talia Scott, but an offensive rebound. They'll get another look at it. Jana will try her hand at a three, and she knocks it down. All Bears here in the first half. Baylor is in 8 of 14 three-pointers, 74% of their shots from the floor. They've scored 60 first half points and lead by 45 with under 2 minutes to play. Martin Coney in for the first time. She sends it in the corner where Collins splashes in a three. That snaps a run of 7 straight points by the Bears, who in the first quarter scored 32 consecutive. Under 100 seconds to play in the first half. Bugs with a kick out to Jana in the corner. Bella with another three, and that's good. That's 9 three-pointers in the first half by the Bears, who have scored 63 points to SLU's 18. Just a barrage from long range, and when they're not shooting from long range, they're knifing in close for 2. Here's Collins with a kick out. A jumper from Coney's no good from the left baseline. And Bella Fauntleroy trying to feed the rebound ahead to Scott, has it knocked away, but the Bears will keep it with 1:09 to go. Markayla Johnson will check in for Jana Van Geitenbeek, who has 9 first half assists. Lori, she's 4 points and 5 rebounds away from a triple-double.
That's amazing.
That's you love seeing that. Here's Johnson with the basketball for the Bears. 1 minute to play second quarter. Nelms with a kick out. Bella thought about a three. Still drives inside. Tries to feed it out to Nelms, but the pass is tipped and stolen. Collins into the front court. Feeds a driving Ramos for 2. 63-20. Baylor with the lead. 43 seconds to play in the opening half. 15 seconds between the clocks. Scott lobs it in the post. Nice high grab by Bugs. Kick out to Markayla Johnson. Steps into a mid-range jumper. Knocks it down. She likes that mid-range jumper. That mid-range jumper works for her, and the Bears have scored 65 first half points. SLU can play for the final shot should they so choose, as the shot clock is off with 20 seconds remaining. 65-20. Baylor with the lead. Collins directs traffic in the center jump circle. Now starts a drive with 13 seconds left. She's cut off, loses the ball. Markayla Johnson has it, tips it to Talia Scott. Baylor can play to close it out with a bucket. Scott on the drive inside, retreats beyond the arc. She doesn't realize there's not much time left though, and she finds Nelms, who can't quite finish from in close on the pass. She had to really kind of rush it up there after taking the feed late, but you know what? No mind. Baylor is up 65-20 at halftime. Lori, this was a scorching performance by the Bears offensively, and the defense wasn't too bad either.
You know, I think there's not a lot to nitpick in that first half. Baylor just got on a roll and just did not stop. I mean, never took their foot off the gas. In fact, this is the first time that Baylor has scored 60 or more points in the first half since they had 63 versus Oklahoma way back on February 22nd, 2020. Amazing, wonderful first half, and what was fun about that was just to see everybody getting the action, everybody sharing the basketball, everybody finishing, everybody playing defense. You certainly hope you see it in the next 20 minutes.
You know, and honestly, I think if Talia Scott had given the basketball to Kaylin Elms half a second earlier, I think she would have finished with a layup
and Kayla's the kind that can get that quick shot. She has such a nice touch around the basket. I think she just recognized there wasn't a lot of time left and just had to rush the shot a little bit. Otherwise, I think if she had a couple of tenths more, she would have knocked that one down.
Colin Pirtle at Cisnel reminds us that the team record for threes in a game is 17, and Baylor has 9 in the first half, so perhaps something to keep your eye on here. But it's all Bears in this one as we get you ready for the Nissan halftime report. 65-20, Bears lead in intermission here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Today we have 2 very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So we could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right. Oh, I like it. So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip.
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Come see why Green Eye Associates is voted best in Waco year after year. Enjoy exceptional service and care from Dr. Leanne Green alongside her dedicated optometrist and staff. Receive trustworthy insights on your eye health. Enjoy the impressive variety of contacts and eyewear, and work with the most experienced optical team in Waco. Don't miss the new state-of-the-art dry eye therapies that rejuvenate the eyes and face with safe, non-invasive treatments to restore comfort and quality of life. Green Eye Associates, official optometrist of Baylor Athletics.
Hi, Jan from Toyota here to let you know that Toyotathon is on. And what better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota, like RAV4, Grand Highlander, and Corolla Cross. But to really get in the spirit, let's sing about it. So without further ado, driving through the snow in a new RAV4, hooray! To the slopes we go in a Highlander for a ski day. A Camry to get hot cocoa, tubing with a Tundra makes the kids go loco. Oh, what fun it is to make holiday wishes come true. Toyotathon, Toyotathon, Toyotathon is on. Oh, what fun it is to drive a new Toyota today. Hey!
Dealer inventory may vary. Current offers on these vehicles end December 1st. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyotathon, which ends on January 5th. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places. During Toyotathon, qualified buyers can get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months on a rugged new 2026 Tundra. Offer available in select states only.
You're listening to live coverage of Baylor women's basketball. Now, it's time for the Nissan Halftime Show. Brought to you by Central National Bank, proud season sponsor of Baylor women's basketball. Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, championship partner of Baylor Athletics. Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance online to find a local agent today. Nissan, innovation that excites. Libman, America's trusted brand name in cleaning. Premier ER and Urgent Care. Feel better now. Stay tuned as we break down the first half. Check in on scores and more. All coming up on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
first 20 minutes of basketball for the Bears. They lead it 65-20 over Southeastern Louisiana. Baylor shoots 73% from the field, 60% from downtown, and holds SLU to just 27% shooting. Baylor with the dominant lead here. Their most prolific first half of basketball, as Lori mentioned a moment ago, since 2020, when they scored 60 first half points in February against Oklahoma. Baylor with 9 3-pointers, over halfway to their team record of 17 in a game. The Bears scoring 32 consecutive first quarter points at one point and putting up 36 points in the first quarter, 29 in the second quarter, and holding SLU to 20 points. Their leading scorers so far, Aaliyah Collins with 5, 4 apiece for Ramos and McKenzie, 3 for Azuri. For the Bears, 2 in double figures led by Talia Scott. She's just 2 points away from reaching 20 for the 8th time in 9 games as a Bear. 18 points on 7 of 8 shooting to go along with 6 assists and a rebound, but worth noting those 6 assists are not the highest total on the team. I'll tell you who it is in just a moment, though you might guess. Bella Fauntleroy, 15 points on 6 of 8 shooting to go along with 3 rebounds. After that, 8 points for Dariana Little Page Bugs, 6 rebounds. She's 2 points, 4 rebounds away from a double-double. Jana Van Geitenbeek, 6 points and 9 rebounds, and 9 assists, rather, to go along with 5 rebounds. She's 4 points and assist away from a double-double. She's 4 points, 5 rebounds, and an assist away from a triple-double. 6 points apiece for also Yuting Dunn and Markayla Johnson. She had all 3 of her mid-range jumpers from the field. 2 points for Kyla Abraham to go along with 3 rebounds. It all adds up to a 65-20 Baylor lead at intermission. We'll take a look at scores on a busy night in the Big 12 when we return after this. Baylor at 65, SLU 20 at halftime on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Want to be the energy our Bears need? Go gold with Baylor Athletics this season and be the gold factor across each of our sports. Wear exclusive Go Gold apparel from the Baylor Bookstore and the Spirit Shop at upcoming Go Gold dates. Stay up to date on all your golden opportunities to create an electric home atmosphere by visiting BaylorBears.com/Go Gold. Sic 'em Bears.
Hellberg Barbecue is a family-owned business started here in Waco, Texas, and proud to serve the local area. They love to cater all kinds of events, big and small. Serving Baylor and its families is one of their favorite things, and they even ship barbecue nationwide. Check them out while here in Waco or online and support one of Waco's local barbecue restaurants, Hellberg Barbecue. Salt, pepper, and a whole lot of prayer.
Hi, I'm Jim Turner at Jim Turner Chevrolet in McGregor. As we celebrate our 10th year anniversary, I want to say thank you to all of our customers. Our dealership is more than a business to me. That's why when you come see us for a reliable new Chevy or award-winning service, we treat you like family. Come see our new collision center, now open to serve you even better for many years to come. Enjoy the game, then come see us at Jim Turner Chevrolet in McGregor. Together, let's drive.
Proudly serving Texas since 2007, Magnolia Realty is a full-service brokerage and a trusted neighbor, bridging expert industry knowledge with integrity and kindness. Known for their award-winning agents, Magnolia Realty understands the dynamics of making the real estate journey your own and the importance of trust from contract to close. You can find their local agents here in Waco and across the state, including in Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, and Temple. To get connected and learn more, visit magnoliarealty.com. Here's to home.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
It's Baylor 65 and SLU 20 at the half back here in Foster Pavilion. Lori Fogelman along with Derek Smith. We'll take a look at scores around Baylor Big 12 women's basketball in just a few minutes. But last night here in Foster Pavilion, as part of Holiday Hoops, Baylor men's basketball got a win over Sacramento State. They won 110-88. 6 players in double figures led by Tunde Yesifo, who had Yesufu, who had 27 points on the evening. The Bears hit the road to face Memphis, 3:30 p.m. Saturday at the FedEx Forum. Broadcast on CBS, and as always, John Morris and Pat Nunley on the call on the Baylor Sports Media Network. And don't forget about number 21, Baylor Volleyball. They will play in the first round of the NCAA tournament, the Bears' 10th straight tourney appearance. They will play Arkansas State at 3:30 tomorrow in West Lafayette, Indiana. Okay, to Big 12 women's basketball scores tonight. We have a final in Provo, Utah between BYU and Washington State. And BYU's Olivia Hamlin hits a buzzer beater as the Cougars beat Washington State 56-54. One other final, Cincinnati falls to Miami, Ohio, 75-71. In Chicago, Kansas is down by 4 at the half to Northwestern, 34-30. In the third quarter, about 42 seconds left to go. Left in that quarter, number 8 TCU leads Incarnate Word 56-39. 1:22 left to go in the fourth. Number 24, Oklahoma State over North Texas 71-55. Texas Tech about to take a win over Wichita State with 1:46 left to go in that one. It's the Lady Raiders leading Wichita State 78-43. 24 seconds left to go in Orlando. UCF down by 2 to Stetson, 67-65, so we'll keep an eye on that one. And at halftime, Southern leads Arizona in Tucson, 27-20. And those are our scores around the Big 12 Conference, but the one we're looking at right now is the one right in front of us here at Foster Pavilion as the Baylor Bears lead the Southeastern Louisiana Lady Lions 65-20. We'll be back with the start of the second half in just a moment from Foster Pavilion. You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Today we have two very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right. Oh, I like it. So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip.
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Bluebonnet Health Services has been caring for Central Texans since 2004. Bluebonnet is locally owned and operated, which allows them the most interaction with patients each and every day, promoting compassionate care and integrity. They provide hands-on attention to their patients through a staff with years of experience. Bluebonnet Health Services provides home health care, supportive care, and hospice. Remember, it's your health, your choice. Ask your doctor for Bluebonnet Health Services.
Are you tired of slow internet? Are data caps and throttling making it impossible to stream your favorite shows and movies? If so, it sounds like it's time to switch to Nextlink Internet. With Nextlink, there are no data caps and no throttling, just super fast internet speeds, up to 1 gig over wireless in some areas. Plus, Nextlink is an official partner of Baylor Athletics. So don't wait another minute. Give Nextlink a call or go online to nextlinkinternet.com to see what special offers are available to you. Blazing fast internet is just a click or phone call away. Sick 'em, Bears!
Kids can now join the Baylor Cub Club, the official kids club of Baylor Athletics, presented by Green Eye Associates. Fans 12 and under can register for the low cost of $25 and gain exclusive benefits and access to Baylor Athletics events. Members receive free admission to select events, exclusive giveaway access, and their own membership package. To register your Cub, please visit BaylorBears.com/Cub Club. Sign your Cub up today.
You've been listening to the Nissan Halftime Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network. Brought to you by TFNB, the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, championship partner of Baylor Athletics. Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance online to find a local agent today. Nissan, innovation that excites. Lidman, America's trusted brand name in cleaning. Premier ER and Urgent Care. Feel better now. Stay tuned as we get set for the second half action with the Baylor Bears. As we rejoin Derek Smith live from the booth, bringing you the second half of action and more. All coming up on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Well, what will the Bears do for an encore after their most prolific first half in half a decade? You have to go back 5 years to a February 22nd, 2020 game against Oklahoma. The last time the Bears scored more than 60 points in the first half. They did that here tonight against Southeastern Louisiana, and they lead it 65-20. Lori, the Bears stacked an outstanding first quarter with a very good second quarter. And now, to keep it really simple, that's the goal again. Let's see a really good third quarter. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to score 60 points again in the second half, although you might. But play well, play clean, play crisp. Keep your foot on the gas.
Just like you did in the first half, just to stay focused and locked in. I think that's what we love the most about that half. You didn't see much in the way of anybody not thinking or just continuing to keep their foot on the gas pedal.
Original starters on the floor for both teams as the Bears begin on offense to start the third quarter. Bella unloads a three and picks up right where she left off, hitting a three from the left edge, and the Bears lead it 68-20, not even 20 seconds into this third quarter. Ozuri has it for SLU. She bounces to Graves just inside the arc on the left side. Graves is beyond her range, looks to find a teammate. Ozuri comes back to get it around a screen. Not really any room to maneuver, though, so she angles back to the middle of the floor, picks up her dribble, fires it left side to McKenzie. McKenzie drives inside, puts up a one-handed runner, and can't get the bounce. It hit 3 times before falling off. Bella Fauntleroy with the rebound, ahead to Buggs. Buggs to the right edge, cross court. No, finds Bella Fauntleroy stepping into a three. That one's short. Offensive rebound. Buggs put back good.
Boy, I don't know where Buggs came from. I did not see her. But again, just knows where the basketball is going to come off the rim. Flew in and cleaned up the 3 miss with a 2 of her own.
Baylor leads by 50 once again at 70-20. Ozuri has it, perimeter right. Hits Collins, their leading scorer, with the pass. She drives to the left elbow. Now moves to the center of the floor. Inside the lane, puts up a tough runner and somehow floated it in. A little turnaround there by Collins, and she floats it in. That makes it 70-22. She's their leading scorer with 7 points. Here's Talia Scott driving inside. A lot of contact and a blocking foul on Graves. They paused for just a minute, but called it on Graves. And now Graves is staying on the floor. She's in some pain as her teammates circle her. For Graves, that is her first foul, the first on SLU in the third quarter. Teammates help her up as the trainer comes out to have a look for SLU. And she's going to help her off, walking with a bit of a limp, but under her own power, she just may need to walk that off a bit and hope she's all right. They're going to bring in forward Taylor Ross off the bench. Ross, 6 points, 5 rebounds per game. She is 0 of 1 tonight. Bears will play it in from the baseline. Jana finds Talia Scott in the right corner. Talia Scott angles over to the middle of the floor. Now finds Bella, angles the pass left side to Jana. Back to Bella Fauntleroy, lobs it at the free throw line to Buggs. Buggs kicks it in the corner to Jana. 8 seconds to shoot. KJ with a pass. Extra pass to Scott. She unloads a 3. That's off the front rim. No offensive rebound. KJ, put back is good.
All right, KJ just doing a little Buggs action and positioning herself on the left side to be able to pull down that miss. She knew where it was and just put it right back in.
Well, the Bears have scored 7 points in the first 2 minutes of the third quarter, picking up essentially where they left off at halftime. Here's McKenzie stepping into a jumper and knocking it down from just inside the free throw line.
You know, when you think about it,
here's a driving attempt by KJ. Good
Lord. Let KJ just finish there.
Can't take a breath with this offense.
But, I was looking at offensive rebounds, and, when you don't miss a lot of shots, you don't get a lot of offensive rebounds. But Baylor has 8 offensive rebounds, and they've turned those into 11 second-chance points.
When you think about the fact that the Bears have only missed 12 shots.
Yeah, you're not going to get many.
8 offensive rebounds is really impressive. There's a steal and interception by Talia Scott. Finds a cutting Jana beneath the basket. Keeps her balance and flips it in. Nice find by Talia Scott, who has 18 points and now 8 assists. Jana Van Geitenbeek with 8 points, 10 assists, 5 rebounds. She's a bucket away from a double-double, and if she could get 5 second-half rebounds, she'd have a triple-double,
And that
assuming she gets that bucket.
Yeah, that would be her first double-double in her Baylor career.
There's a mid-range jumper by Natalie Huff, A&M Corpus Christi transfer that's good, and the Bears give it back immediately after that as a pass ahead to Talia Scott. A little too high for her, fumbled out of bounds. 50 points. That's the Baylor lead. Baylor's led by as many as 52 a moment ago before that mid-range jumper there. SLU playing with Collins, with Azuri. Comer out there as well. Coney, I beg your pardon. Coney has it on the right side. Gives it to Azuri. Leans into a three. It's too strong. Rebound grab by Buggs. Bounces to Jana, and here come the Bears once again up 76-26, 3.5 minutes into the second quarter. Bella Fauntleroy with an extra pass. Finds Talia Scott in the corner. Another rainbow three is good. 11 three-pointers now for the Bears, whose 53-point lead is their biggest of the night. A night full of big leads just keeps on extending. Here's Collins. Right-hand dribble. Picks it up, now turns to the left side of the floor, gives it off to Huff. Huff wants to drive, knifes inside, has her shot blocked by Talia Scott. Out of bounds, it'll stay with SLU, but for the Bears, a team that leads the Big 12 in blocked shots, now you see Talia Scott getting in on the act, all 5'9" of her. Not just KJ and Kyla Abraham and others. We've seen Dunn with some blocks as well. SLU to play it in. Having some trouble. That's a 5-second violation. The Bears didn't give them any space, and they couldn't find an open window to inbound. Another turnover. That is now 11 of them for SLU.
And Baylor was 17 points off of turnovers, so they've taken advantage of those opportunities.
79-26 Bears, 6 minutes to play third quarter. Talia Scott to Jana, finds Buggs at the free throw line. Kick out to Bella Fauntleroy, another three, that's no good. Rebound tapped around, it hits the floor, and Huff comes away with it for SLU. She's looking for teammates in transition, retreats behind the arc, gives it off to Azuri. Azuri wants to drive inside on KJ, who gives her no room to maneuver. Now she angles to the left baseline, blocked emphatically by Buggs. The Bears cannot pick it up. It'll stay with SLU, but goodness, that was just a spike of a shot by Buggs.
Well, Buggs did a great job just staying with her without bodying up, but allowing enough space, and again, just doing such a great job at just timing that block. And you're right, it was just like she was back on the volleyball court again.
5.5 to play third quarter. Here is Huff looking to play it in. A 5-second violation a moment ago, but they get it in this time to Ramos, who just returned. Ramos to Collins as we're under 10 seconds to shoot. Baylor by 53 points. Collins to the left side of the floor, cut off by KJ. Cross court finds an open Ramos for three, no good. Offensive rebound, though, is grabbed by Fatime Beck, who checks in, and the Bears tie her up on the offensive rebound, but it's going to stay with SLU as Markayla Johnson, Kyla Abraham, and Yu-Ting Dunn check in for KJ, Jana, and Bella Fauntleroy.
Boy, if we can get Jana with one more bucket and 5 more rebounds. But, you know, I just a great performance by her tonight.
It has been.
A floor general.
SLU with the basketball. They play it in. Collins ends up with it on the high right side of the arc. Now to Huff. Huff wants to drive inside on Buggs. Cut off. Slings it in the corner. Open three is too strong by Sek. And the rebound grabbed by Buggs. And we've got a whistle here. And we've got a timeout on the floor here. Will we have anything?
I don't know.
else?
Talia's on the side. Kind of
Gotta
holding
be a
her head.
timeout. Oh, I think she did. Maybe she got elbowed or came down hard. We'll see if we can get a look at that here during the timeout. But we do have our third quarter media timeout. The Bears lead at 79-26. The 2025-26 women's basketball season is presented by Central National Bank. Proudly serving Central Texans in Waco, Temple, and Austin. Bank different. Bank Central. Central National Bank. 14 points in the first half of this third quarter for the Bears, who lead 79-26 here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Fox Sports Radio, 93.9 K230 CK and KRMX HD3 Waco.
When you strive for greatness, you have a target on your back. When it comes to finances, we're all targets for scammers. But with the right game plan, you can protect yourself. Don't get faked by fraud.
Here's a tip. Don't buy from social media ads unless the ad is from a verified company. When you click those ads, you open yourself up to fraud. If it seems too good to be true, it almost always is.
This message is brought to you by Central National Bank.
Proudly serving Texas since 2007, Magnolia Realty is a full-service brokerage and a trusted neighbor, bridging expert industry knowledge with integrity and kindness. Known for their award-winning agents, Magnolia Realty understands the dynamics of making the real estate journey your own and the importance of trust from contract to close. You can find their local agents here in Waco and across the state, including in Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, and Temple. To get connected and learn more, visit magnoliarealty.com. Here's to home.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Alongside Lori Fogelman and Derek Smith back with you at Foster Pavilion, where it is all Bears. And by all Bears, we mean all Bears. They lead 79-26 halfway through the third quarter. Lori, we saw Talia Scott come out of a scrum there before the media timeout in a little bit of pain, but haven't seen a replay that, at least on the TV side, to really give us a look at anything that happened. And for whatever the case, the officials weren't checking any further than they already were.
It was just, I think, just banged herself on her left shoulder, and Shalisa Fonza was taking a look at that, but she's sitting next to Tony. Coach Tony on the sidelines and having a conversation right now. So she's moving her arm around, but if we know anything, it's just like Bella Fauntleroy. You're going to see Talia Scott hit the floor and hit the floor hard. That's just the kind of game that she plays. You just want her to stay healthy through it.
Lori, you mentioned Jana Van Geitenbeek a few moments ago. She has 10 assists, just 2 away from her.
They just showed it.
Oh, here we go. Oh, wow, she did take an elbow to the face, and that should have been a foul. Wow.
Took it right to the corner of the shoulder.
Shoulder, I beg your pardon. Okay. Shoulder. So, well, that should have been a foul either way. Baylor with basketball out of the timeout. Here's Jana with it. Flips it in the corner. Yu-Ting wants to give her another assist, but her three is short from the corner. Offensive rebound grab by Buggs. She is stripped on the way up and gets it back. Misses the putback. Abraham with the putback. No, but she is fouled. See if she can earn points from the free throw line. Baylor, by the way, has held SLU without a point for the last 2:24. Now, the Bears have missed their last 4 field goals, but I think 2 of them came on this possession back-to-back, and now Abraham goes to the free throw line, where she is at 42% on this season. Bends the knees, first one up, and it's good. Perfect. Didn't look like a 42% free throw shooter there.
No.
A little bit of a line drive to it, but it snuck in over the front rim, and she's got one more coming. It's super quiet, golf quiet in here, as that one is in and out. Rebound hits the floor, and it is grabbed by Coney. Out there with Huff, Coney, Collins, Ramos, and Sek. Collins wants to drive, knifes inside, misses the shot in front of Johnson. Abraham with the rebound. Oh, no look pass in the corner to Dunn, but she doesn't try a 3. She's being harassed by Huff, unloads it to Markayla. 4:14 to play in the third quarter. Baylor with the ball in an 80-26 lead. Here is Buggs giving it to Dunn. Lobs it down low to Abraham. Abraham back with a kick out to Dunn. 8 seconds to shoot. Markayla Johnson puts it on the floor, drives inside, has her shot altered and cannot hit in close. And it's out of bounds to SLU. They're going to bring Bethany Graves and Taylor Wilkins back in off the bench.
I think sometimes when you put the ball on the floor and you're going in there with the scorer's mentality, but sometimes the defense collapses enough on you. You know you're not going to even touch the rim, and so that's the time you want to dish the basketball. And a couple of shooters out, including Jana.
Markayla, 6 points, 3 of 4 from the floor in tonight's game. Here's Huff angling to the right side, giving it off to Azuri. Azuri centers back to the middle of the floor. Now turns direction again. Baylor's defense just really hasn't been giving them a lot of room all evening long. We're down to 8 seconds to shoot for the Lions. Azuri's held the ball for about 20 seconds of this shot clock, and then Conley steps into a jumper and drains it. That's now you draw it up, but she hit the shot.
Well, I couldn't tell if Buggs fell down or she was trying to take a charge.
Here's Yuting Dunn firing middle of the floor to Van Geitenbeek. Now left side to Markayla. Baylor at 80 points with an 80-28 lead. Lob down low to Abraham in close. Muscles it up and in. Kyla Abraham with her second bucket. She's 2 for 2, 5 points, 5 rebounds for Kyla.
Are huge. Those are huge contributions. And today we're seeing Kyla with a different demeanor right now, and because she can be a dominant player.
Yeah, you like seeing that down low from her. Here is Azuri with possession. 6 seconds to shoot for SLU. She's just running all over the place. Fires it at the last minute to Wilkins, who unloads a wild 3 at the shot clock buzzer. No. Bugs with another rebound for Dariana Littlepage. Bugs, that's number 12. She's at 10 points now, so she's got another double-double. Markayla Johnson wants her first 3 as a Bear, and there it is. She hits her first 3 in a Baylor uniform after 0 to start her career, but maybe that's going to open the floodgates there as Baylor opens up an 85-28 lead. Did we almost have a chair kerfuffle over here?
We did. Lauren Spencer has been saved, though.
Well, that's good. That's good. I saw you put a hand of friendship out there to help the chair stay upright. Graves spins in a crowd, puts up a shot. Really just kind of had to roll it in over the front of the rim. She could not. Yuting Dunn with the rebound. Jana throws a pass in a crowd, and Huff sails in and steals it. And then as she tries to feed it ahead to Graves, throws it too far for her, out of bounds, and that goes back to the Bears. Kaylin Elms in for Kyla Abraham. Van Geitenbeek and Bugs will get a breather. Talia Scott and Kira Pemberton in. Kira Pemberton in for the first time. Baylor is up 85-28. Minute 44 to play in the third quarter. Markayla Johnson feeds Talia Scott. Scott lobs the left side to Dunn. Dunn puts it on the floor, drives inside. Runner won't fall. It hit the rim about 3 times before falling off, and Azuri claims the board for Southeastern Louisiana. She feeds it over middle of the floor to Huff. Huff bounces to Ross. Ross a step inside the arc, wants to drive on Nelms, and Nelms stays with her defensively. She can't hit. Rebound to Leah Scott, off and running, sends it out to Dunn, lets the defender fly by, kicks it back out to Scott. Down low, she finds Nelms. Good grab on the pass, bangs her way inside, but she is called for an offensive foul. Fans don't love that. I'd kind of like to see it again.
Boy.
That analysis tells me what I need to know, Lori.
Well, let me see. Here's the
replay.
I mean, he's bonding into her, but I think she did put the arm out, but I think that gave
I think she sold it a
SLU an opportunity to go, you know what, I'm just going to fly backwards.
Yeah, I think that's what they did there. We're under a minute to play in the third quarter now. Huff on the drive. She tries to sell a foul. Now knives inside, throws it to no one. Got beneath the basket, thought a teammate might be about to cut beneath the bucket, but no one did. And it's back to Baylor with 53 seconds to play in the third quarter. The Bears have scored at least 20 points in every quarter thus far. 45 seconds to play in the third. Dunn finds Nelms all alone down low for 2. Nelms on the board now. And now Kira Pemberton remains the lone player not to score, and she just checked in. Azuri with a leaning runner manages to flip it in off the back of the rim, and now the Bears can play for the third quarter's last shot. Up 87-30 with 22 seconds to go in the third, and the shot clock is off. Coach Nikki directs traffic out there in front of us. Kira Pemberton moves over to the left side of the floor with Dunn. Markayla Johnson in the right corner. Talia Scott trying to find some room around Azuri. She sets a screen. Kayla, they send it in the corner. Dunn for 3. She hits it. Baylor reaches 90 points here in the third quarter. They set that play up beautifully. The bench reacted before she even really let the 3 fly. It was fait accompli. It felt like that she would hit it, and that she did. Baylor leads Lori by 60 points at the end of the third quarter.
Wow, and Talia Scott with her 9th assist, and that's the second one on a 3-ball today, and that ties her career high of 9 that she had against Lemoyne, and she has an opportunity also to get to a double-double herself. Wow, what a play.
Pretty impressive. Hey, Bears fans, this basketball season, make Pepsi your go-to game day drink because it's the only drink for basketball watching Pepsi. That's what I like. Proud partner of Baylor Athletics. To the fourth quarter we go. Baylor leads it 90-30. Yes, 90-30 over SLU on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
TFNB Your Bank for Life is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texas are making TFNB their bank for life. Sign up for our Edge checking and savings accounts to earn interest or cash back. With 5 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB, your bank for life. Member FDIC.
Today we have 2 very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So we could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Say hello to everyone watching on the NextLink Courtside cam. NextLink, reliable high-speed internet for your home or business. Well, it is all Bears in this. When we enter the fourth quarter, it's a 90-30 Baylor lead. We could give you all sorts of stats. I'll give you a couple. We've got Jana Van Geitenbeek, 1 assist away from matching her career high. She has 11 assists. She's 2 points away from a double-double. Dariana Little Pagebug's already a double-double with points and rebounds. Talia Scott has 21 points, matches her career high with 9 assists. She's 1 assist away from a double-double. You've got Kyla Abraham playing well off the bench. Bella Fauntleroy with an impressive 18 points. Markayla Johnson's in her first three-pointer. I'm probably missing something here, but Talia Scott's had a blocked shot tonight. In fact, Baylor has 8 of them tonight, so they're at their season average as we head to the fourth quarter. 3 of them for Kirsten Johnson. No shock there. Basically, Lori, good things are happening everywhere you look on the floor and in the box score for the Bears.
Yeah, and now it's the last 10 minutes where you just want to keep your focus and play until that clock stops.
Yeah, it'll be Baylor on offense to start the fourth quarter. Scott, Markayla, Nelms, Dunn, and Pemberton. 90-30, Baylor with the lead. Pemberton fires it in the crowd. It is off the fingertips of SLU and out of bounds. She was trying to hit Nelms, but it was knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bears with 19 seconds to shoot. Talia Scott looking to play it in, needs to get it in, finds Nelms down low. Easy flip in with the right hand.
Well, it takes a lot just to try to mentally count that 5-second clock, but somehow Nelms just was wide open, and that was the easiest assist for number 10 and a record setter, a personal record setter for Talia Scott.
For her first double-double as the Bears. There's a block shot by Nelms, and she stays with it, grabs the basketball, outlets it ahead to Markayla Johnson, finds a cutting Yu-Ting Dunn for the layup. It started with the block by Nelms at one end, and then a nice pass by Nelms to start the break. Finishes with the Yu-Ting Dunn layup. She's in double digits now with 11 points. A minute into the fourth quarter, not even 45 seconds at that. Baylor leads at 94-30. Azuri with the right-hand dribble, flips it outside to McKenzie. McKenzie wants to drive inside on Scott, has a height advantage, steps into a jumper and airballs it from the Big 12 logo inside the free throw line. Here's Nelms with the rebound. Scott ahead to Dunn. Catch and shoot, and she missed a 3. Rebound batted around and grabbed by Ross for SLU.
That was a contested 3, but you'd want to see Dunn be able just to not. Backdoor.
Backdoor cut there by Ross for 2. They caught the Bears there. Still, it is 94-32. Baylor with a lead of 62 points. Here's Markayla Johnson with it high on the right side around an Elm screen. Looks to get downhill. Step back jumper from the free throw line.
She's so sweet with those.
She likes that mid-range jumper, Lori.
Love it.
11 points now for Markayla Johnson. And the Baylor lead is back to 64, matching their biggest. Azuri bounces to Ross. Or I beg your, yeah, that is Ross. I beg your pardon. Hits Collins with a pass. She fumbles, gets it back, lets a long three fly and knocks it down.
Well, she inadvertently ended up with a screen that allowed her to take that three, but Collins does put a lot of air underneath the basketball. Her 2 threes I think she's had today have just been rainbows.
That's the first Lion in double digits. Now a turnover by the Bears trying to lob it into the post. Collins comes away with it, weaving into the front court, drives inside, dishes it off last minute to McKenzie for the layup. She slipped in along the baseline there for two. 96-37. Baylor with the lead and the basketball. 7.5 minutes to play. Pemberton swings it. Perimeter left to Dunn. Ting fires inside. Pemberton driving. She is blocked on her way up. And it'll stay with the Bears. Abraham returning for Baylor. Aaron Williams in for Azuri. And Abraham will give Nelms a breather. Nice work by Nelms. 4 points, 4 rebounds, and a block. That's the first miss of Pemberton's Baylor career. She hit her first 7 shots. Inbound to Abraham. Long arm kicks it out. Dunn for 3. It is short front rim. No. Fight for the rebound. Abraham comes out of there with it and lays it in. 7 points for Kyla, 7 rebounds for Kyla, and Baylor's at 98 points, 2 away from 100 with 7 minutes to go. Williams has it for SLU as Bella Fauntleroy prepares to check back in with her 18 points. It is Ross wanting to drive on Dunn. Dunn stays with her. She puts up a tough shot that's in and out from the left side of the lane. Rebound Markayla Johnson, and here she comes. Markayla, one of 5 Bears in double figures on the night. Finds Pemberton, gives it off to Talia Scott. Thought about a catch and shoot 3, holds on to it as Williams got out there defensively. Now dribbles, and she calls for a screen from Abraham. Gets around it, knifes inside. She does not need much room. I don't know how she did that exactly, Lori, but she saw just enough room to maneuver and found herself at the bucket for another
I was going to say, maneuverability. She's got it in spades. Talia Scott now with 23 points, and Baylor has hit the century mark.
100 points. Oh, that backdoor cut starting to get the Bears a little bit as Collins slips behind the defense, and he takes the feed for 2.
You have to remember to play defense.
Yeah, It's, a lot going on offensively here, and the Bears are playing well. There's a backdoor cut by Pemberton, and she's fouled on her way to the bucket. Free throws are coming with 5:55 to play. Baylor with a 61-point lead, 100-39. Bella Fauntleroy will return for the Bears. Fatma Sek is in for SLU. Colin Pirtle tells us this is the 5th 100-point outing of Coach Nicky's tenure as Bears head coach. Pemberton to the free throw line where she is 4 of 4 on the year. Now 4 of 5 as she misses the first. Dariana Littlepage Buggs, a big grin on her face as she prepares to check back in. Second free throw up by Pemberton. That's good. She hits 1 of 2 as Bella Fauntleroy and Williams hit the floor hard.
Of course.
Yep. Dariana Littlepage Buggs checks in for Baylor and replaces Talia Scott. Scott has 23. Fauntleroy has 18. 11 apiece for Markayla Johnson and Yuting Dunn. 10 for Dariana Littlepage Buggs. Jana Van Geitenbeek and Kirsten Johnson both a bucket away from reaching double digits as well. They're not in at the moment, though. It's Sek outside to Collins. Now back to the middle of the floor. Dangerfield has returned for SLU. Collins takes the handoff with 10 to shoot, down to 5.5 to play. Slips inside of Markayla Johnson and draws the foul as she flips a runner too hard off the glass. But she'll go to the free throw line. That foul called on Bella Fauntleroy, her first, team's second. SLU goes to the free throw line for their first 2-shot attempt.
I think that's the best call I've heard you say. Bella Fauntleroy with her first foul.
I like that
today.
Yeah.
She's been plagued a bit by foul trouble in this early part of the season. She still is just like, did not want to. I wanted to be at 0.
Well, she's playing defense. You know that. That's no shock, even though the Bears are up by 61 points. Collins hits 1 of 2. Bella claims the rebound. Bella Fauntleroy with 18 points and 5 boards. Buggs into the front court. Bounces to the middle of the floor. Gives it off to Markayla. Finds Abraham in the middle of a crowd there, right side of the lane. She puts up about the longest shot I've seen her take. It's in and out. turn around from the right side of the lane. No, see if she can hit that or not. It was in and out, and the rebound grabbed by SLU. Collins picks up the dribble, feeds it outside. Dangerfield launches a three, glasses it too strong. It's in and out, and Dariana Littlepage-Bugs already with a double-double, has another one. She's at 10 points and 13 rebounds. She angles around the arc, finds Markayla Johnson wide open, catch and shoot three, and the first 2 threes of her Baylor career have come in this ball game. She's got 14 points now, and it's a 104-40 Baylor lead.
Comfortable shot on the assist from Bugs.
Collins in a crowd launches a mid-range jumper, and it falls. 104-42 Baylor with 4.5 minutes to go. Baylor playing with Bella, Pemberton, Bugs, Abraham, and Markayla. Fauntleroy drives inside. Oh, she found a little bit of a lane and angled to the back door from the left wing for 2 more. Bella Fauntleroy with 20 points. Her second 20-point outing of the year as Yuting Dunn prepares to check back in, as does Kayla Nelms. Collins bounces to Ross, or McKenzie rather. McKenzie back to Collins. Collins is their only player double digits. She has 15 of their 42 points, and she airballs a mid-range jumper from the right wing. And here's Bella Fauntleroy with yet another rebound. Angles left of the lane, pulls up for the mid-range, bounces off. Pemberton with the offensive rebound and the putback, and now she has her first bucket of the game. It is a 108-42 Baylor lead. We've got a whistle and a timeout called by Jeff Dow. 3:42 to play here in this ball game. It is all Bears as they lead it by a game-high 66 points. The 2024-25 women's basketball season is presented by Central National Bank, proudly serving Central Texans in Waco, Temple, and Austin. Bank different. Bank Central. Central National Bank. Baylor 108, SLU 42, 3:38 to go on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
See for yourself why Green Eye Associates is voted best in Waco year after year. Enjoy exceptional service and care from Dr. Leanne Green, along with her dedicated optometrists and staff. Receive trustworthy insights about your eye health, enjoy the impressive variety of contacts and eyewear, and work with the most experienced optical team in Waco. Don't miss the new state-of-the-art dry eye therapies that rejuvenate the eyes, face, and neck areas with safe, non-invasive treatments to restore comfort and quality of life. Visit greeneyeassociates.com. Green Eye Associates, official optometrist of Baylor Athletics.
Are you tired of slow internet? Are data caps and throttling making it impossible to stream your favorite shows and movies? If so, it sounds like it's time to switch to Nextlink Internet. With Nextlink, there are no data caps and no throttling, just super fast internet speeds, up to 1 gig over wireless in some areas. Plus, Nextlink is an official partner of Baylor Athletics. So don't wait another minute. Give Nextlink a call or go online to nextlinkinternet.com to see what special offers are available to you. Blazing fast internet is just a click or phone call away. Sick 'em, Bears.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Well, as if they're trying to make a good night even better, the Baylor cheerleaders are passing out little Debbie snacks to the fans in the crowd here. And
it's girls' night, you know?
Yeah, no, I'm all for this. It is girls' night here at Foster Pavilion. And that shirt they gave away looked pretty cool with the pictures of all the players on the team. I don't know. I might need to get one of those for Veronica.
Yeah, it's all about Lizzie McGuire, and that's the cartoon character that they ended up using when they were rolling out the schedule.
Yeah, those pictures of Coach Nikki and the team were Lizzie McGuire style.
Yeah, and so if you were my daughter's age, you were just like, oh my gosh, I know exactly what that was, and I had to have Emily tell me what it was. But oh my goodness, a lot of fun, and thanks so much to Baylor fan engagement and having fun with women's basketball. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. I gotta say, the crowd has brought some energy tonight. It's not the biggest crowd you've ever seen, but they've really been into it and made noise. I mean, y'all can probably hear the students behind us who are getting excited for every player who touches the basketball. It's a fun night. Baylor leads at 108-42, and it will be SLU on offense out of the timeout. Here is Huff bouncing it to Sek, perimeter left. She's a few steps beyond the arc with KJ guarding her. Baylor playing defensively with Dunn, Van Geitenbeek, Nelms, KJ, and Dunn. They launch a long three and miss. Offensive rebound, though, is grabbed by Watkins. She gives it outside to Ramos, who misses a three. And as the Bears go for the rebound, Sek knocks it out of bounds, and that brings us to another media timeout, coming with 3:15 to play here on the game. We'll take a timeout and come right back after this. Baylor leads at 108-42 here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hi, Jan from Toyota here to let you know that Toyotathon is on. And what better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota, like RAV4, Grand Highlander, and Corolla Cross. But to really get in the spirit, let's sing about it. So without further ado, driving through the snow in a new RAV4, hooray! To the slopes we go in a Highlander for a ski day. A Camry to get hot cocoa, tubing with a Tundra makes the kids go loco. Oh, what fun it is to make holiday wishes come true. Toyotathon, Toyotathon, Toyotathon is on. Oh, what fun it is to drive a new Toyota today. Hey!
Dealer inventory may vary. Current offers on these vehicles end December 1st. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyotathon, which ends on January 5th. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places. During Toyotathon, qualified buyers can get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months on a rugged new 2026 Tundra. Offer available in select states only.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Derek Smith, Lori Fogelman back here with you at Foster Pavilion. The Raging Cajun Cameron Savoy back at our studios in Waco. Baylor with a 108-42 lead here at Foster Pavilion, well on their way to their fourth consecutive win. And Lori, you know, I guess technically there's still 3 minutes and 15 seconds to go, but really start to finish a complete game. You want to find things wrong in this one, you can nitpick. They're always there, but this has been one of those games where the Bears just came out strong like they've done the last two games and never let their foot off the gas.
Yeah, and I think that's been the focus and what the coaching staff has been wanting to see out of this team. Can you sustain through a full 40? And with the very few breakdowns, I think a couple of those back doors in a row were like, oops. Yeah. But that can be just substitution and just being in the wrong place sometimes. But they really tightened up the defense right after that.
Bears will have the ball out of the timeout with Van Geitenbeek, Dunn, KJ, Nelms, and Pemberton. SLU comes out there with Sek, with Huff, Watkins, Ramos, and Williams. Jana Van Geitenbeek, 8 points, 11 assists, 1 assist away from her career high, from matching her career high, and 1 bucket away from a double-double. 5 Bears in double digits, and KJ and Jana are each a bucket away here. 66-point Baylor lead as Yuting Dunn has the basketball, gives it off to Van Geitenbeek.
She almost pulled the trigger.
Thought about it. Now she feeds it left side. Here's Dunn for 3 on line, but too strong. Huff with the rebound. SLU off and running. Huff circles to the left side of the arc as Jana stalks with her defensively. Huff retreats near midcourt. Now angles to the middle of the floor. Bounces to Watkins. Watkins outside to Huff once again. Huff 6 points tonight and 3 rebounds. 10 seconds to shoot. Huff angles inside, puts up a tough one-handed runner and gets it to fall over the side of the rim and in. 150 seconds to play in this one. Baylor by 64 points. Dunn to Van Geitenbeek. Center jump circle, walks to the right side of the floor. Now angles back left, gives it to KJ. Now to Pemberton. KJ cuts for the basket. Pemberton around a screen, gets inside and draws the foul.
I think that was a really good move because KJ went and set the screen on the on her left-hand side, or the right-hand side, but Pemberton just took off to the left side and I think just caught her defender flat-footed, which is why she was fouled.
That foul is on Sek. It is her first, the team's first, second rather, in the fourth quarter. Baylor to play it in. Oh, nearly had it up there.
Pemberton was right there.
Here is Van Geitenbeek passing up a 3, lobbing it up top to Dunn. On the drive, kick out to Pemberton. Pemberton angles in, and a blocking foul on Ramos. Ramos hit the floor, but she was called for the foul before she hit the deck. For Ramos, that's her second. and the third on SLU. It comes with 2:10 to play. Baylor well on their way to improving to 8-1 on the season. Van Geitenbeek calls for Dunn to come and get the basketball. She loads it into her. Dunn cross court to Pemberton. Fires it in the post to KJ up top, looking to hit Jana with a pass. The pass has a little bit of trickle to it. And then as they try to feed it ahead, Jana gets a hand on it, and Pemberton steals the pass, giving it back to Jana Van Geitenbeek, kicks it in the corner. Dunn lets the defender fly by and misses the three from the right side. Offensive rebound, though, by KJ. Gives it off to Jana, who dishes it off to KJ for two. That matches Jana's career high with 12 assists. KJ becomes the sixth Bear in double figures. A 110-44 Baylor lead with just over 90 seconds to play. SLU has it. It is Huff on the drive. Puts up a little shot over Pemberton, and Pemberton didn't quite get her hands straight up and gets called for the foul. That is Pemberton's first, the team's third. And what this does do, if Huff can struggle with a free throw shot, is give these loud fans behind us a chance at cupcakes.
I think they were very clear in what they wanted was, I want a cupcake.
She misses the first.
All right, well, they're halfway there.
All right, we'll just let the crowd tell you whether or not she makes it. Shot is up. She missed it. Cupcakes for the fans here. Oh, but SLU gets the offensive rebound. But the fans get cupcakes, so they are happy for the moment. Here is Huff driving inside, bouncing in the corner. Ramos with a step-back three, too strong. Weak side rebound tapped around. Huff gets it back, fires down low to Sek. Pass off her hands, out of bounds to Baylor. Now just a couple more opportunities to shoot at the basket, if that. 1:07 to go. Baylor leads a 110-44. The Bears are shooting 65% from the field. This will be the first 60% shooting game of the Coach Nicky era. Under a minute to go now as Jana Van Geitenbeek hooks it out to Dunn. Fires inside to Nelms. Nelms with a nice layup. It's good.
Wow, what a pass, because I could not see where that one was going. I saw a lot of yellow shirts, but Dunn knew what she was doing. And again, Kayla's just has that soft touch right around the glass.
Baylor by 68 points as we are down to 40 seconds to go. Shot missed by Huff. Offensive rebound is grabbed. There's a kick out into the corner. Ramos for three, and she hits it. Ramos knocks it down to make it 112-47. Baylor can essentially drain the clock here. There's about 2 seconds between the clocks, and I don't think they're going to be in any hurry to shoot here, and it makes sense. Baylor is up by 65 points. Jana Van Geitenbeek has it middle of the floor. Around a Nelms screen, gets downhill, gets inside, attacks and can't hit the layup. Offensive rebound, Nelms. She can't get the putback to fall. KJ with the offensive rebound, and the Bears are going to hold, but it's tipped away and stolen by SLU. Williams on a drive, doesn't get the shot off in time, and that's it. A complete 40-minute basketball game by the Bears. They win this one going away, 112-47. They score at least 20 points in every quarter. Reach 100 points for the fifth time in the Coach Nicky era. See 6 Bears in double figures. A litany of career highs or firsts that we'll tell you about coming up on the First Central Credit Union post-game show. A nice moment. Coach Jeff Dow has coached many times against Jana Van Geitenbeek, and he gives her a nice congratulations on coming back from injury right in front of us in the handshake line. 112-47, Baylor with the win. Tonight, we'll come back to the First Central Credit Union postgame show straight ahead here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Are you tired of slow internet? Are data caps and throttling making it impossible to stream your favorite shows and movies? If so, it sounds like it's time to switch to Nextlink Internet. With Nextlink, there are no data caps and no throttling, just super fast internet speeds, up to 1 gig over wireless in some areas. Plus, Nextlink is an official partner of Baylor Athletics. So don't wait another minute. Give Nextlink a call or go online to nextlinkinternet.com to see what special offers are available to you. Blazing fast internet is just a click or phone call away. Sick 'em, Bears.
Today we have 2 very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right. Oh, I like it. So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip. Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Bluebonnet Health Services has been caring for Central Texans since 2004. Bluebonnet is locally owned and operated, which allows them the most interaction with patients each and every day, promoting compassionate care and integrity. They provide hands-on attention to their patients through a staff with years of experience. Bluebonnet Health Services provides home health care, supportive care, and hospice. Remember, it's your health, your choice. Ask your doctor for Bluebonnet Health Services.
When you strive for greatness, you have a target on your back. And when it comes to finances, we're all targets for scammers. With the right game plan, you can protect yourself. Don't get faked by fraud.
Here's a tip. Never deposit someone else's money into your bank account. Scammers will send you money or overpay you and then ask you to refund a portion of the money back to them. This is a scam.
This message is brought to you by Central National Bank.
This has been live coverage of Baylor women's basketball. Now it's time for the First Central Credit Union post-game show. Brought to you by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, championship partner of Baylor Athletics. Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance online to find a local agent today. Central National Bank, proud season sponsor of Baylor women's basketball. Nissan, innovation that excites. Libman, America's trusted brand name in cleaning. Premier ER and Urgent Care. Feel better now. Stay tuned as we break down the game. Listen to highlights, talk with Coach Colin, players, and more. All coming up on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
All Bears in this one as they make it 4 in a row and improve to 8-1 on the year with their most prolific offensive output of the season. A 112-47 win over Southeastern Louisiana as we welcome into the First Central Credit Union postgame show. First Central Credit Union, everything we do for you. We're going to give you stats and scores ahead. We're going to hear, I believe, from Talia Scott, who authored her first career double-double. We'll hear from Coach Nikki as well. Really just a 40-minute game today for the Bears, who at one point scored 32 consecutive points in the first quarter and never scored fewer than 20 points in a quarter. And the Bears win this one going away. Talia Scott making her way over, 23 points and a career-high 10 assists for Talia. Gets has a well-deserved Little Debbie Christmas tree cake here. That's great. Talia, congratulations on the win. In your first career double-double, we know you're a scorer, but we're reminded again, you can distribute the ball as well.
Yes, sir. I think this was just one of those games where, it was just we're running in transition, we're getting the ball up, we're moving the ball, people are getting wide open shots, and I think that we did a great job as a team just moving the ball and finding the open person at all times, whether it's a three, whether it's on the block. I think we did a great job of sharing the basketball today.
Yeah, well, you really did today. You look 36 assists on 47 field goals as a team as Terriana Little-Page-Buggs leans in and gives you some well-deserved congratulations. She had a double-double too today. You talked about the getting out in transition, running both ends of the floor. At one point, y'all scored 32 points straight in the first quarter, a 32-0 run. Obviously that's a fun thing to see, but it takes great play at both ends of the floor. Did you all feel that as it was going on? I mean, how does it feel when you're playing like that at both ends of the floor so well?
Yeah, I think coming into this game, we really wanted to focus on defense and picking up our defensive intensity. I think that we felt as a team that we didn't do a great job of that the past couple of games. So putting emphasis on getting stops and making it fun, getting out in transition. You get stops, you get steals, you get rebounds, and you kick the ball up, you get easy stuff, and it makes it real fun basketball, right? And so just focus on defense, and I think we did a really good job guarding them, getting in passing lane, and then cleaning up the boards. We did a great job.
Yeah, do you feel like this team put together maybe one of its most complete games tonight?
Yeah.
I mean, all the way across, you look at all of the stats, and it just seemed very consistent the whole way through.
Yeah, I think the starters came in and we started, and I think our bench came in and they kept the same intensity. And I think everybody had a really complete game. I think, like I said, when we get to sharing the ball, people get wide open shots and people get really good shots for them, and we did a great job of taking pride in knocking those shots down whenever we get them. And I think this is our best game that we played all season. I'm excited to continue to grow off of that.
Well, we remember how excited you were against Lemoyne when you got 9 assists. And so when you got that 10th one, we were super excited for you. But, a couple of those that you found your former Auburn teammate in Yuting Dunn and some beautiful assists that she knocked down some threes. That had to feel like a great connection.
Yeah, I know she can shoot the ball really well, and I think that we did a great job of this game getting her those open shots. I know a couple of the past games we missed her on some of those attempts, and we know that she can make the three ball. We see it in practice every day, and soon being able to get her going and get her confidence up by getting her easy looks, and we know she's going to knock them down. She's a great shooter, one of the best shooters in the country, so I had no fear letting go of the ball to her.
Visiting with Talia Scott, her first career double-double today. Talia, obviously those of us here at Baylor, we're just getting to know you, and clearly you stepped right into this role and picked up where you left off. But for you, you had to deal with injury last year. What's it been like for you just to kind of get out there and play big minutes and get back to doing what you do?
Yeah, I think especially going to a fresh start, right, and being able to start with people that really have my best interest in mind, being able to play for a great coaching staff along with great teammates, and them having confidence in me. Being injured, you kind of lose that confidence because you haven't played, you haven't touched the court in a while. And so being able to come, working with our player development coach, Tez, we did a really great job getting in the gym this summer. He's helped me develop parts of my game that I needed to grow, and then being able to showcase out in the court. Nikki, one of the best coaches I've ever played for, runs amazing sets, gets me great looks, and then these are some of the best teammates I've ever played with, and they excel in their roles, and that allows me to be able to excel in mine.
Well, you're definitely excelling. The team's excelling. It's fun to see, and fun to see y'all continue to grow in development as you win. So, Talia, congrats on the double-double, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you so much.
That is Talia Scott. Again, 23 points and 10 assists. Appreciate her joining us here on the First Central Credit Union postgame show.
Darn it, she didn't leave the little Debbie.
Oh, she did not leave that for you. Well, she earned that one, I think, as we're joined by head coach Nikki Collin. Her postgame comments are brought to you by Alliance Bank. It's your bank. And boy, Coach Nikki, a 40-minute game. We've seen some games where y'all have really got off to a great start, but just felt like, not that you score 32 straight points every quarter, but it just felt like there was no let-up today. Did you sense that, and where did that come from?
Yeah, I thought our pace was elite. Like, I didn't even think, we started with a lot of aggressiveness on the ball, but I thought our passing lane defense was good. We gave them one shot. When you look at the end of the game and you still gave up 15 offensive rebounds, you wish you didn't see that, but some of them came late on a lot of tough shots. But I thought our pace, I thought Jana did a really good job early of getting the ball ahead. We've been really focused, and sometimes these things are my fault. Like, I've got to figure out every team and what they're good at, and truthfully, I've not been a early up coach very often. But I thought this team, it would create more pace if we threw ahead, which some people may think that's crazy, that we wouldn't do that. But a lot of it is, like, a lot of times if you have someone that's your best passer, you want to keep it in their hands the longest and let them be the decision maker. But I think this team, it opened the floodgates for everybody to run. And when you look at that first quarter, you saw us, like, sprint the floor, all 5 people. And that makes a big difference. I think when we early up, people are trying to catch up. And so I thought that was a big part of it. It was the rebounding, and then it was Jana really looking ahead. And then when she came out, I thought Talia did the same thing. And then it helps when you make open shots, and we certainly got a lot of open shots in this game. But there are games like you could probably play 5-on-4 and miss open shots. And so you get them, you make them. We thought they would play zone. Eventually, which they ended up probably playing 60-40, maybe even 70-30 zone to man. But it doesn't matter when your pace is good. Like, we got a lot of shots up before they got down the floor. But it was good to see Markayla make a couple threes and get her off the snide from there. But I thought for the most part, we've been talking about, like, reading the one more. I thought, you started to see the things that I think this team is capable. Ting throwing the diagonal. She's a good passer because of her size against the zone and when she's not being pressured. So I liked a lot of what I saw today.
Looking at these last 2 games against Grambling and then tonight against Southeastern Louisiana, close to the best 2 assist-to-turnover games on the season. Like last Sunday, you look at 21 assists on 29 field goals. tonight, 36 on 47. That's a lot more like what we've seen from this team in the past. You talked about the pace, and how much has that been intentional? How much of that has been set up by the pace? How much of that is just the team improving and Jana finding a rhythm?
I think it's weird. We just talk a lot about it, and we're and there are times, like once again today, because of our pace and because of the zone, it doesn't lend itself to as much Talia, Markayla, like playing downhill. You're not going to get to the free throw line as much against the zone, but we were looking for each other when we would attack against the zone or get into the high post, and so a zone naturally leads itself into assist. It just does, and so I think part of playing fast leads to assists, and then part of it is the zone. But we certainly have been talking about willingness to make the one more, seeing it, understanding, communicating. If I said open person yell one more time over the last 2 months, when I first got here and I told them that, and the OP, open person yell, they're like, but then they're going to cover us. And I'm like, no, they're not. Like, if you're open, but like if you don't want your teammate to throw it to her, don't call her name, but then don't be surprised if you don't get it. Like, not everyone sees the whole floor all the time, and like you guys can help each other. But I thought we did a good job of finding the extra person, and being unselfish. And Bugs got her first minutes at the point tonight of her career, so that was fun for me. Maybe not fun for her. But we had done it some in the preseason, and she's like, what are you going to make me run? And I said, hey, we're going to be in power if they're zone, and we're going to be in fist if they're in man. She's like, okay, I'm good. I can do those two things, And so I just, getting everyone minutes. But also, I like getting everyone minutes. I do. Every coach does, but not if they don't take advantage of their minutes. Not if they're sloppy, not if they don't play hard, not if it gets, and I thought for the most part, obviously everyone shot the heck out of the basketball except Ting, and I thought all her shots were great shots, and if you'd have told me in a game like this where she got that many open shots that she wouldn't be 5 for 10, I would be surprised, because she shot the ball so well all season. But, I like that they did a good job sharing and understanding where the gaps are, because that 2-3 isn't terrible. And when you play a power game, I told them, like, the reason I like two low posts, I said it stretches them out, it makes two people guard three, and then you get to dominate them on the offensive glass, which I thought, we started to do.
Well, you had 41 points off of your bench today, so I know that's some good production. But how about Talia Scott and Jana Van Geitenbeek? 22 assists. I mean, they were just distributing the basketball more than they were scoring.
Yeah, and their eyes were up. I think that's the key. I would have loved to see Jana make one more basket and have a double-double, because she'd earned it with her play. But I don't think it wasn't, sometimes kids get stuck in that. I want that so bad that then they take bad shots, and I think she when she had a chance to shoot it, she got another assist to KJ. And so, that ended up, KJ ends up in double figures that way. And so, then all of a sudden, you're feeding a lot of people. And I think that the big part was the pace. Like, the way we rebounded, our longer outlets, we've been focused on longer outlets. Like, we shouldn't be coming back to the ball. We should be moving away from the ball and look up. I thought our best outlet of the day, though, was Kayla. It was Kayla to Markayla and Markayla to Ting. And she just threw that thing down the floor, but she threw it, just didn't sling it. Like, it was a good outlet pass. And I think we have to do a better job of doing that, because I think it allows our bench to be more effective, too, when we play with pace.
Well, Coach Nikki, a great game tonight. Next up, you've got UTSA on Sunday. I know you've got a lot of scouting to do ahead of it, but what should we know about UTSA? What should fans know about that game?
Gosh, I got to be honest with you. This string of games, I'm usually ahead. I'm not ahead with tomorrow being our day off, but then they're sending me out recruiting. So, I just know Karen Aston. I know they play with a lot of poise. I think they lost a couple key players, one to graduation that was their best player last year, probably their best guard. We're going to see at Texas Tech in a couple weeks. But, a team that plays some matchup zone, a team that plays some man. But they're going to play hard. They're going to be dialed into game plan. They've been competitive. I think even, maybe losing a couple players that would have made them like a really, really good team. But I just know Karen. Karen's coached at the highest level. You know, she's coached at Texas, and she'll have them ready.
Well, we'll look forward to that on Sunday at 2 o'clock. Coach Nikki, thanks so much.
All right, thank you.
112-47, the final. Bears win this one. We'll take a break and come back with more of the First Central Credit Union postgame show right after this here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
It's the wrap-up the year sales event at Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Waco. Drive the stunning 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee L with 0% financing for 60 months, or take $4,500 in combined bonus cash, plus $1,000 in select inventory cash.
Sure.
Right now, enjoy no payments for 90 days. Just sign and drive into the new year. These deals end soon, so hurry into Allen Samuels in Waco today.
Come by. Let's be friends.
When you strive for greatness, you have a target on your back. And when it comes to finances, we're all targets for scammers. With the right game plan, you can protect yourself. Don't get faked by fraud.
Here's a tip. Don't click on links in emails and text messages. Scammers send emails and texts that look real, saying there's a problem with your account or your order. Don't click. Don't do it, ever. Instead, go directly to the company's website and log in there.
This message is brought to you by Central National Bank.
Come see why Green Eye Associates is voted best in Waco year after year. Enjoy exceptional service and care from Dr. Leanne Green alongside her dedicated optometrist and staff. Receive trustworthy insights on your eye health, enjoy the impressive variety of contacts and eyewear, and work with the most experienced optical team in Waco. Don't miss the new state-of-the-art dry eye therapies that rejuvenate the eyes and face with safe, non-invasive treatments to restore comfort and quality of life. Green Eye Associates, official optometrist of Baylor Athletics.
Proudly serving Texas since 2007, Magnolia Realty is a full-service brokerage and a trusted neighbor, bridging expert industry knowledge with integrity and kindness. Known for their award-winning agents, Magnolia Realty understands the dynamics of making the real estate journey your own and the importance of trust from contract to close. You can find their local agents here in Waco and across the state, including in Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, and Temple. To get connected and learn more, visit magnoliarealty.com. Here's to home.
Bluebonnet Health Services has been caring for Central Texans since 2004. Bluebonnet is locally owned and operated, which allows them the most interaction with patients each and every day, promoting compassionate care and integrity. They provide hands-on attention to their patients through a staff with years of experience. Bluebonnet Health Services provides home health care, supportive care, and hospice. Remember, it's your health, your choice. Ask your doctor for Bluebonnet Health Services.
Everything we do for you. Slam dunk benefits at First Central Credit Union. Tip off with free checking that pays cash, less fees, great rates, quick local loans, easy online applications, a free mobile app, secure remote control cards, 24/7 deposits, and more services at our ATMs, and a free new member t-shirt. Join today at firstcentralcu.com. We're your team. Everything we do for you.
Eligibility and application requirements apply. Member NCUA.
Want to be the energy our Bears need? Go gold with Baylor Athletics this season and be the gold factor across each of our sports. Wear exclusive Go Gold apparel from the Baylor Bookstore and the Spirit Shop at upcoming Go Gold dates. Stay up to date on all your golden opportunities to create an electric home atmosphere by visiting BaylorBears.com/Go Gold. Sic 'em Bears.
Two very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor.
Yes.
Bean-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
All Bears tonight at Foster Pavilion. A 112-47 win over Southeastern Louisiana. Most prolific offensive output of the year for the Bears. And yet another strong defensive outing as well, as Baylor wins its fourth consecutive and improves to 8-1 on this season. This is the First Central Credit Union postgame show. First Central Credit Union, everything we do. We do for you. We are brought to you tonight, as always, by Rudy's. Rudy's is a proud sponsor of Baylor Athletics. Be sure to stop by your local Rudy's or Rudy's.com for some real Texas barbecue. Enjoy 100% oak smoked meats, delicious sides, and Rudy's signature sauce. Don't forget that Rudy serves breakfast tacos every day until 10 a.m. All right, let's take a look at the numbers in this one. Baylor with the first 60+% shooting game of the Coach Nikki Collin era. Baylor 64% from the field and 50% beyond the arc. 47 of 74 from the floor, including 14 of 28 from downtown. They hold Southeastern Louisiana to 32% shooting tonight. SLU, a team averaging 37% on the season. Baylor, 4 of 6 from the free. There really weren't many free throws in this game. Baylor, 4 of 6. SLU, 2 of 5. Turnovers, Baylor forces 15, gives it back 11, and outscores the Lady Lions off of those turnovers, 23-6. Baylor dominant on the glass, 49-25, including a 17-14 edge on the offensive glass. If you want to nitpick, that's an area where Baylor would like to give them not quite so many offensive rebounds. You heard Coach Nikki mention that because, as we all know, that no matter how good a win, coaches always see something that they're going to find to improve on, and that was it. Tonight, Baylor did, though, outpaced them quite a bit in second chance points, 18-7. Laura, you mentioned this stat, 41-9 bench points. Baylor with 41 bench points. So basically, look at it. SLU as a team had 47 points. Baylor's bench was almost right there with them, and it was really the best outing of the year for the Baylor bench. Baylor with 29 fast break points to 6 for SLU. Baylor with 9 blocks, and Baylor, who leads the Big 12 in block shots and is third in the nation, is likely to stay right about there or even improve a little bit as they average 7.9, and they had 9 tonight. 36 assists for Baylor on 47 field goals. Looking at individual numbers for SLU, only one player reached double figures. That was Aaliyah Collins. She had 15 points on 6 of 11 shooting. She was their best player tonight. 8 points apiece for Natalie Huff and for Erin McKenzie. 7 points apiece for Azuri, for Aliyah Azuri, along with Mia Ramos. No one else had more than 2. For the Bears, 6 in double figures tonight, including 2 with double-doubles. Talia Scott, the first double-double of her career. 23 points, a sizzling 9 of 11 from the field, 10 assists and 2 rebounds. Bella Fauntleroy had her third 20-point game of the season. 20 points on 8 of 12 shooting, including 4 of 8 from beyond the arc. She had 5 rebounds as well this evening. After that, it was 14 points from Arcayla Johnson. Her best game in a Baylor uniform. The freshman, 6 of 7 from the field, including the first 2 3-pointers of her Baylor career. She was 0 of 15 to start the year, but she was 2 of 2 today. Hopefully a sign of things to come. She also had 2 rebounds and 2 assists. After that, 11 points for Yu Ting Dun, 4 of 12 from the field. She also had 4 assists and a blocked shot. 10 points apiece for Dariana Littlepage Buggs and Kirsten Johnson Buggs, a double-double. 10 points, 14 rebounds. She also had 3 assists and ran the point a little bit this evening, as Coach Nikki mentioned. Kirsten Johnson, 10 points and 5 rebounds. She also chipped in with 3 more blocked shots. She leads the Big 12 in blocked shots, and her season average is 3, so it's 2.8. So at 3, she was right about there. She's also top 10 in the country in that category. Jana Van Geitenbeek so close to a double-double. She matched her career high with 12 rebounds, just 2 turnovers, 5 rebounds. She also finished with 8 points on 3 of 5 shooting. 7 points for Kyla Abraham, 3 of 4 shooting, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Also 5 rebounds for her. 6 points for Kaylin Elms. Another solid game for her off the bench. 6 points, 5 boards, and a blocked shot. After that, Kira Pemberton had 3 points, 1 of 2 from the field, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Everyone played. Everyone who played scored tonight. And not only that, everyone who played this evening had a rebound, and all but 2 had an assist. So not a whole lot to complain about, Lori, in tonight's game. The stat sheet, the box score tells the story. And more than that, I like what Coach Nicky said. They played with pace. They were very intentional. They started things off so often with those lob passes ahead, and that really set things up nicely.
It did, and I love that Coach Nicky talked about that because we could feel something different. We felt the energy and the speed, and I loved how she talked about just the eyes were up, and this team was pushing the basketball ahead and always looking for the next one, the next pass. And, and when they made that next pass, I mean, by the assist numbers today to the made free throws, they were rewarded, both the person who received the pass and the person who distributed. It was, I think, just a really well-played game, and I'm really curious to watch us continue to push that pace and see if we can do that again on Sunday afternoon against UTSA.
You look, Lori, you look at tonight's game, Baylor, again, 36 assists, their best 2 assist turnover games. 2 of the 3 have come in the last 2 games. The team has really focused on that. And, I find myself thinking, this team has been winning, but it's taken more time to get used to new styles with Talia Scott out there, with Yuting Dunn. But I feel like they're finding – I don't know what this team's ceiling is, but games like these, even the Iowa game, that was a loss in which the Bears just didn't shoot well, but you start to see the bench step up a little bit. Obviously, I think the bench is going to determine what this team's ceiling is, assuming everyone else stays healthy. But you just kind of get the sense that – we really haven't scratched the surface of what this team can be, and that doesn't mean that obviously every game is going to be like this one, but you get the sense that there's still a lot of development that this team can do in real time, and it's happening rapidly in some good ways.
Yeah, and it's mid-December, right? And even though we know when you say mid-December, even Coach Nicky talked about Texas Tech, which is not that far away, opening up Big 12 play right before Christmas starts.
2.5 weeks.
Gosh, that's not very long. And, so that's exciting to know that this team is continuing to take steps forward and finding its identity. Mm-hmm. And even the coaching staff as well, finding its identity. And, we'll just see as this team continues to grow and progress and move forward. And it was a fun game. It was a fun game tonight.
Good crowd on hand. They made a lot of noise, brought a lot of energy, and it was enjoyable. We'll take our final timeout and wrap things up here on the First Central Credit Union postgame show, get some scores from Lori, and come back after this here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hi, Jan from Toyota here to let you know that Toyotathon is on. And what better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota, like RAV4, Grand Highlander, and Corolla Cross. But to really get in the spirit, let's sing about it. So without further ado, driving through the snow in a new RAV4, hooray! To the slopes we go in a Highlander for a ski day. A Camry to get hot cocoa, tubing with a Tundra makes the kids go loco. Oh, what fun it is to make holiday wishes come true. Toyotathon, Toyotathon, Toyotathon is on. Oh, what fun it is to drive a new Toyota today. Hey!
Dealer inventory may vary. Current offers on these vehicles end December 1st. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyotathon, which ends on January 5th. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places. During Toyotathon, qualified buyers can get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months on a rugged new 2026 Tundra. Offer available in select states only.
Fox Sports Radio, 93.9 K230CK and KRMX HD3 Waco.
Back here at Foster.
When you strive for greatness, you have a target on your back. And when it comes to finances, we're all targets for scammers. With the right game plan, you can protect yourself. Don't get faked by fraud.
Here's a tip. No reputable company or government agency will ever ask you to pay them with gift cards, Bitcoin, or a person-to-person payment app. Scammers use these options because the money can't be traced. Just don't do it.
This message is brought to you by Central National Bank.
See for yourself why Green Eye Associates is voted best in Waco year after year. Enjoy exceptional service and care from Dr. Leanne Green, along with her dedicated optometrists and staff. Receive trustworthy insights about your eye health, enjoy the impressive variety of contacts and eyewear, and work with the most experienced optical team in Waco. Don't miss the new state-of-the-art dry eye therapies that rejuvenate the eyes, face, and neck areas with safe, non-invasive treatments to restore comfort and quality of life. Visit greeneyeassociates.com. Green Green Eye Associates, official optometrist of Baylor Athletics.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Back here at Foster Pavilion, Baylor wins 112 to 47 over SLU. Let's take a look at quick scores from around the Big 12 Conference. Everything is final tonight. Number 8 TCU wins tonight over Incarnate Word 84-56. Number 24 Oklahoma State gets a win on the road at North Texas 73-55. Texas Tech remains undefeated at 10-0. In Lubbock tonight they defeat Wichita State 83-43. UCF is upset at home in Orlando to Stetson 70-67. Southern also gets a win on the road tonight in the Big 12 Conference as they defeat Arizona in Tucson 63-57. Kansas comes back to defeat Northwestern in Chicago tonight, 74-62. Cincinnati loses at home to Miami, Ohio, 75-71. And BYU gets a buzzer-beating win over Washington State in Provo tonight, 56-54. Don't forget the Bears, the men's basketball team, the men's basketball Bears, hit the road to face Memphis at 3:30 Saturday at the FedEx Forum in Memphis. And don't forget also number 21, Baylor Volleyball will be back in the NCAA tournament, their 10th straight tournament appearance. Tomorrow they will play Arkansas State at 3:30 p.m. in West Lafayette, Indiana.
Well, go Bears in my home state. Get a win over Arkansas State, and then they can hopefully get a shot at the Boilers, assuming Purdue wins, and take them down as well. That would be good for Baylor volleyball.
That sounds great. Let's do that.
Sounds like a plan. Well,
it does.
The Bears win at 112-47, and Lori, obviously really the most complete game of the year. And what I like is when you and I talk about something that we want to see at the beginning of the game, and then we see it really just a complete game. Everyone involved, and I think you could kind of hear a relaxed nature in Coach Nikki's voice after the game, for the most part.
Yes, for the most part. Yes. And I think because she recognized something that she wanted the team to do, and she loves pace. She loves pace and she loves space. And when you put those two things together and some magic happens. And you hope that Baylor, that this team is able to continue to build on that. Again, find your identity. And this is the time of year where you find it. And hopefully you just continue to build upon it.
Next opportunity to build on that comes this Sunday at 2 p.m. as the Bears take on Karen Aston, former Baylor assistant coach, former UT head coach. That will be Sunday at 2 p.m. We'll be on the air at 1:30, and hope you will join us then. For now, fun night at the Pavilion. Baylor with a 112-47 victory this evening. Number 14, Baylor all over SLU. I want to say thanks to our producer, Cameron Savoy, back at our studios in Waco. Speaking for him and Lori Fogelman, I'm Derek Smith. Appreciate you being with us.